do. So there was a vote for a commission to be made in regards to the insurrection back in January. After much filibustering and bitch McConnell calling in a favor or asking for a favor for the Republicans, leads to a 54 to 35 vote with, I believe it was 10 to 11 non-votes, in which, I don't know, man, what did you expect? Because they're into it. So I expected this to happen.
Are you gents familiar with the game Among Us?
Yes.
These niggas is sus.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me we pay these dickheads
Yeah.
at least $200K annually, and you're like, you know what? I'm not showing up to work today to vote on something this crucial, because it always says to me, like, clearly, like, a bunch of these niggas is hard. Like, you're harder than I thought you were. If like a bunch of like your constituents like, let's just go and kill them, and you're like, it's like dirt off my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like, either you're hard as fuck, or like you're just like you know you were in the know.
They
Allegedly.
on it. That's the only conclusion you can jump to at this point. They were in on that shit. Because listen, ain't no motherfucking way that you are a person of this, occupation and not fully know the laws of this land. I refuse to believe that. That being said, what happened January 6th was full on illegal. It shouldn't have happened. Again, I understand why it happened. And to my understanding, they were for the wrong reasons. I do believe that we got to do something as citizens and come together and do something about this government. It's actually in our rights to do so. But we're not doing that shit because Donald Trump lost the fucking election. That's a no-go. Like, you couldn't be any more fucking stupid, because at this point you're brainwashed, and I don't even want to have a fucking conversation with you. And not only that, but these people bring politics into fucking everything. So it makes me not want to talk to them at all. So the bottom line is that we pay tax dollars to a certain majority of people to essentially fuck us over.
I'll say this. There's no way living in America, being an American, where politics is not involved. Like, I'm all for saying, oh, like, these folks bring politics into everything. Politics isn't everything, but it's the matter of like folks bringing their own politics, their own, like, they're biased, they're biased, unnuanced, unverified politics into these conversations where they just get to talk about the things that are concerning to them. But I also find it so fascinating how, like, every year that I get older, I realize the game is so rigged against a lot of us, because you rub shoulders with the right folks and you just have to just show up. Most of it, it's like going to college.
Yeah.
When you don't give a fuck. Because like you get into college, you have a great time most of the time. And some people can literally just like sleepwalk their way through these classes. Yeah. And like certain, like, I love there's this one like white lady constituent who like consistently just like drags these assholes through the mud she was like that math teacher. I think she's a rep out in California who's just like lighting these assholes up with like just like statistics and like it's like she's like let me tell you about you type lady, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, the
older lady. She's like,
hey,
how much money did you spend on X, Y, and Z? He's like, I don't know. You spent this much, and how much money did you spend on this? I'd have to go back to the fix. You spent this much, and then how much you spent on this? I don't know. I do. And so when we tell her, she goes in, and it's like, I was like, this is the standard to which it should all be kept. Like, I also hold like maybe I don't want to kiss her feet because that'd be weird, but it's like I hold AOC up on such a pedestal because like she's the perfect example of what this shit's all about. A regular ass person, bartender, out of her little spot of the world, just showed up to do the goddamn job, hold like these powerful assholes to the fire. And on the opposite side of that, with Biden being in office, I follow this one tracker on Twitter that's like, yo,
how's all the women in Congress doing that too, not just AOC?
Yeah, and like I bring her up specifically because I recall a time, because like this one tracker I follow is like, it's been X amount of days since Biden took office. Here's what he hasn't done when he said he would do it, and here's what he did do this day. And it consistently brings up the kids in cages, all those people held in ICE detention. And the press asked AOC one day, yo, like with like the transference of power, here we had Donald, now we have Joe. What's changed about the way ICE is treating these people held in captivity? And she said something to allegedly, like don't fact check me because I don't have the source in front of me, but sure. She said something to the effect of, at least we're not taking kids from their mothers. And that's not much of an improvement. She didn't have to say that, but oh my God, her name got wrung through the mud. And that's the hard, like that's the annoying part of being in this like leftist, like more progressive, more socialist space. You would so much as like trip on a tiny ass rock and everyone's ready to cancel the shit out of you. The people who like praised you for being a like the standard to which AOC and the other like Katie Porter are kept. It's as if like, oh, they do such wonderful jobs being politicians. Politicians should always be the way that Katie Porter and AOC are, but since they're so far and few between, Ilhan Omar and everyone else in the squad, like it's far too easy to condemn the actions of a Nancy Pelosi, but what the fuck else are you going to do? Are you going to get her out of the fucking paint? Because I was following the guy who's running against her, and he's still out here tweeting about shit that's happening in this awful ass country. So I'm hoping he gets another stab at the seat when the time comes. But what the fuck are we going to do until we get to that point? I missed a voting date in Philadelphia, just being like chained to my job all this time. And I feel bad, but the guy people expected to win already won. And so it's basically where I was when Hillary lost that time. It's like I knew she'd take Maryland, so what really changed in my day-to-day? But like I have to remember not to be so calloused about that. I have to like give myself the space to not allow my heart to be so hardened about all this fuckery. Cause like what I appreciate about like this happening, like you said you expected it. We know who said, nah, I don't want that. And so, and with things like Twitter, every motherfucker who cares about their political career is on Twitter. And I want to say, please mind what you say when you like get at these assholes like a Larry Hogan or like the mayor of Baltimore and stuff like that, because you speak to out of turn and they will send Secret Service to your home. Please be careful. And like, just follow the folks who've been following all like the misgivings of these assholes. Because one day they're gonna take an L and they will be gone. And that's one little victory to have. I want to make one final note before I dip. Last time I was here, we were making those jokes about the stimmies, the 1,400 stimmies. And I'm like, I get the stimmy. I tell Doja Cat, don't say so. And I didn't like the way that sounded when I said it, because if you know, here's what I know about Doja Cat. One, like, she's good at what she does. Two, out of all like the folks in her world that do what she does, she be performing. She be singing, she be dancing, those outfits be doing it. Like she has it. She can do all three. But that's undisputable for me, even if you don't like the content. However, I really want to get this out. I want to get this out. She's being bankrolled by Dr. Luke, the alleged assaulter of one Kesha. She's signed to the label. He produces her shit. And so when Doja Cat like collabs with our faves, Saweetie, SZA, who else? Like that makes them liable to like be like fucking Tap In and My Type, I think. Like Dr. Luke produced those beats. And I'm like, we can't let this motherfucker who's like allegedly like assaulted Kesha to keep getting bread. And I'm like, and I said last week, yo, if y'all love Doja Cat, if anyone like it who does, like, get her off that fucking label. Tell her to stop working with them. Tell her to break the fucking contract. If we did it for Meg, we can do it for Doja. You know what I'm saying? And so like, and Say So, and my final note, Say So's about consent. Like, it's the song that, oh, like, you want to fuck? Say something about that, and then we will. And Dr. Luke's whole thing is that, like, he had his way with his artist without her consent. For me to joke like, Doja Cat, don't say so. It sounds so awful. And that is not what I want. I went there in my own mind. I don't think anyone else did, but like if there's only one, if there's even one person that did, that is not what I meant to say. It's not fucking funny, and I want to apologize for that because that it means a lot to me personally and to people in my world and to like the country at large. I want the best for that artist. She has like her own mantra, aside from like the Dr. Luke stuff, the racial feet chat thing, like the homophobic slurs thing. That's significant, and that could be addressed after we get her unshackled from that monster, because he's producing for a lot of people that we like under a different goddamn name, and I don't like that shit. And that was my one footnote from last time I appeared on this show. I'm happy to be here.
Before you step off, I just want to throw out the fact that I always look the other way when Kesha spoke out. So I don't know. Like I don't know. Like I don't 100% know, because I read that and I was like, "Yo, what?" Like,
listen, like
wait,
she didn't have to go so like she went so hard on that Praying single because like her song Praying is about that whole thing, and like she took the high road like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And like a lot of people can't, a lot of people don't have that strength, but like she took that upon herself, and like her rollout since like she's for the most part like untangled from Luke has been great if you care for that kind of music. Unfortunately, like when you bump those old Kesha joints, he's getting a chunk. It fucking breaks my heart. And like because I remember like, it was a cool thing to just like shit on Kesha for being like that girl, but like all these years later, these songs still go ham. Like the numbers don't lie, but then like he's still a part. And like a lot of the joints that we like a lot of the Katy Perry joints, he produced. And I'm just like
how is this man still finding work after what he did to Kesha? Well,
listen, like this country is built upon white supremacy, and white supremacists commit these kind of crimes every fucking day. So like, not to leave like the podcast in such like a kind of space. I have to go read a story to my partner before they go to bed. I will be right back.
He's going to be a good significant other. So we'll see you when you get back, Ducky.
Yeah. I'll leave my screen on. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Where is the mute button? Boop.
Nonetheless.
That did not work. I'll try to go.
So now, with that being said, it's Saturday. You know what that means. Live via satellite, it is Gorilla Game Podcast. I am Carlos Crawford, alongside with me, my co-host Kenny Whitaker, and alongside with us this evening, but well, he explained it just now, the mighty Mallard himself, Christopher Owens. This week, one of the world's highest paid athletes does not want to do press conferences anymore. And I completely understand. But first, I don't even have the
I was waiting for the bell. I did my dance to the bell, and the bell didn't ring.
Yeah, my first. My bad. All right, here we go. But first, pen count. No sponsor this week because, again, apparently I'm not as important as the post that I post on Facebook.
Brought to you by the Help a Brother Get Ready for School Fund. That's me. Cash App. Just playing. I'm totally kidding, but I'm totally not kidding.
I mean, hey, if they're listening.
if they're listening.
However, number one. All right, so listen, man. These fans are too goddamn entitled, and I don't like that shit.
Oh,
Now,
you're surprised about entitlement fans in an entire country where entitlement runs rapid through the entire system?
I'm not surprised. I'm tired of it. That's is a difference. I'm used to it, but I'm tired of it.
I think everybody with this skin tone and this melanin side of it, brother.
Yeah.
Well, they should be anyway.
Now, in the game twos of this week, during the back end of your beloved Philadelphia 76ers versus the Washington Wizards series, a Philly fan dumps popcorn over Russell Westbrook as he's going in to be treated for a sprained ankle. Kenny, your smirk lets me know everything I need to know about Philly fans. However, we'll argue about that in a minute.
Bruh.
And meanwhile, at the Garden, some crowd member spat on Trae Young.
Now, which one is worse?
Hawks. Huh?
I said, now, which one is worse?
Yes. Let's get there.
Damn
me. So, you asked me which one's worse. Let's start with the Mac Jones code of conduct. Not that Mac Jones, the original one. Now, rule is, if a man spits on you, you reserve the right to kill him. Spitting is punishable by death. Okay? So that's the ultimate form of disrespect. So when you spit on somebody, this isn't, you're going past heckling. Now this is absolute bottom line hatred. All right? Now, I never think to do things like spitting or like dropping popcorn in players. Like that's some shit that never crosses my fucking mind. Why? Because yeah, I'm an asshole, but I'm not that kind of asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all right. Let me see if I can, break this down. Bottom line, these fans are racist. All right. And for people to, try to dismiss that possibility, it's got to stop now because there is a sense of superiority to it. You think as a fan, you pay money to watch the game, you are owed whatever the fuck you want to do to the players, in which that's not how it works. Like if you were at a fucking concert, you tried that shit, and they're stopping the music, and you're getting your ass whooped on the way to getting kicked out. And honestly, that's the energy we should have, because not only did that happen, but meanwhile, during the Memphis series, John Morant's parents are in the stands. And his father said that, there was one fan
Yeah, I read that about that fan telling his father he'll put a quarter in his back and make him dance for him. Just like, bro, are we talking about the same city that allegedly poisoned Michael Jordan?
Yeah, that very same city. The very same city that caused Vernon Maxwell to jump into the stands because they made a comment about his stillborn child. And Vernon Maxwell only got 10-game suspension for that, which I think is reasonable because getting suspended 10 games is an amount of money that makes you go, it kind of fucks it up for me a little bit, but it's enough to make you go, but it was worth it.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So, bottom line, and then not only that, it's telling Ja's mom, "Shut up, bitch!" Just all types of like violating
Disrespectful stuff.
Listen, I was listening to Jenkins and Jones this morning. They had a bonus episode. Miro was a special guest.
Oh snap!
And he brought he broke it down like this, right? Those are your, regular New York fans doing that shit. Those are your motherfucking, financial yuppies that can afford seats that close and shit. And, they don't, they think that, since they paid for it, they get to be entertained in any way that they see fit. And bottom line is just weird. It's just that weirdo shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in reality of it all, it's not weirdo shit. It's racist. Period. Like here's the thing, right? There is a line of heckling and trash talking in which these white people cross vehemently. Why? Because at this point, I don't think white people really know how to heckle or roast without having some type of racial connotation on it. Because you gotta look at it like this. The common denominator with these situations is a white dude fucking with a black player. Why do you think? So like the thing is suggesting that you can, do shit like that. It just means that you want to do it, and there's no like fucking excuse for that shit. Like you're just a piece of shit human being, and you should be shunned from society. Like you should never come out of your house ever again. Like we don't want people like that in this country.
Yeah, and at this point, it's becoming really redundant for the folks that are constantly engaging in activities like that, because it's like, come on, you see what's going on in the world. It saturates our television sets every day, right? Like we have if you're into that kind of stuff, you have no choice but to open your eyes and to pay attention to the things that go on. So at this point, if you're just continuing to just walk in ignorance and not really paying attention to what goes on, that's on you. But I, for one, as I talked with my mom the other day, I wasn't different from my family. You know what I'm saying? If am so blessed to have one. Because at the end of the day, I don't want my kid have to deal with already whatever trauma that I may cause, because at this point, I'm sure I'm not going to be naive to the fact that my personality traits may cause some trauma to people. And it may cause some trauma to my family. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I will do my best to correct any mistakes I have. And I don't want the mistakes that I make on my own on top of what this country is already serving us. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So like, and if I want to circle back real quick, like just entitlement is not part of being a fan, bro. Like again, entitlement is not a part of being a fan, and there are certain ways you can heckle and roast players. Like you can call them sorry, you can call them trash. They can't shoot a free throw, they can't make a layup, Hell, I'll even let you guys slide on Trae Young losing his hair, in which that's terrible self-awareness because there's a bunch of motherfuckers losing their hair chanting that shit. Which is ironic in itself. At any rate,
You are entitled to what you pay for, which is a seat, concession stands, and to cheer and maybe
that's
boo a
it.
little bit. That's it.
You're not entitled. You're not entitled to call motherfuckers monkeys or make racial references like putting a coin in their back and making them dance. Like, yo, that's not heckling. That's not trash talk. That is pure racism.
I was getting ready to say, I was getting ready to name a city, but I realized that's for another pay count. Like I was really ready to just like put a city on blast.
But I ain't even hear a word you said because of my connection. It's going to be a lot of that this evening.
Yeah, all I said was I was ready to put a city on blast, but I realized that's for another pin count.
No. It's within the same pin count. At any rate, the point is, my thing is this, right? Like, I guess we could save that for this next part. So my bottom line as a whole, put it to you like to put things into perspective, right? Malice at the Palace. How did that begin?
People saying some out of line stuff they don't need to be saying.
B, a fucking drink was thrown at Ron Artest. And that crowd learned a very valuable lesson that evening. That's my point. At this point, I feel like that should be, warranted because my thing is, if you have not only the balls, but the audacity to pour popcorn on a player, to hurl racial slurs at a player, to spit on a player, anywhere else you've earned an ass whooping, why not in this setting? Because they're professionals. You know what, man? Fuck professionalism. That shit's overrated.
Man, I'm just incredibly disappointed in the city of Philadelphia. Incredibly disappointed.
Personally, I think that if shit like this goes down and a player reacts, I don't think they should be suspended. If anything, I don't think they should be fined. Honestly, I think they should get away with it because these crowds need to fucking learn. And they won't learn because they think that they pay these players. That's just their mindset on things. It's slave owner vibes. You know what I'm saying? Why are we condoning that? Why are we giving that any country at all? I know this is a land of freedom and, free speech, but there are consequences.
Hate speech is not free speech.
No, it's not. But let's add that as well. But I want to say that there are consequences to words sometimes. And hate speech garners consequences. At least it should. But the problem is that they hide behind the law or the rest of the laws, which were made for them. So, with that being said, says how they made these laws and they say whatever they want, knowing that they are protected under these laws. If they are harmed in any way, their subconscious thing is, we don't have to change. What the fuck are you going to do about it? And that's the precedent that's being set in this country because The laws were made by white men for white men. Sure, there have been add-ons for inclusion, but the original set of laws were created for motherfuckers like this. And make no mistake, man, you're not going to sit here and tell me that there weren't motherfuckers like this back in the day. It wasn't about sporting events or anything like that. It's probably about politics or some shit. But nonetheless, these laws were made so that these people can work around it. Like, that's just the bottom line of it all. Now, with all the shit that's happened in Philly, Utah, and New York, I'm inclined to ask, what's the worst sports city in America? And I would say Philly, because not only do y'all hate everyone, y'all hate yourselves. I've said this.
No, we are not the worst sports city.
Defend the fact that you guys are the victims. I don't buy it. You never are the victims. I've never heard of Philly ever being the victims of anything.
You're victimizing the whole city now for one person's mistake. That's what this whole rant is based off of.
I'm not
every time one dumb person does that, the whole city gets angry, and that's messed up.
That's because people enjoy generalizing their individual testimonial to downplay problems. Fans will say their town isn't racist because they claim they're not. However, you're just one person.
Listen,
I mean, like, you're just one person telling me this. You're one person.
I just like to.
Is something when I have Philly as a group of people showing me that they ain't shit.
You mean the Italians? I don't give a damn about that buzzer. It's the Italians. I'll say it again. Italians. And then you don't see no black people doing that. It's all Italians. Not all Italians, but majority of the people that are including in those type of affairs in the city of brotherly love are Italians.
Well, Boston reminds me of this, instead of claiming we're not racist or any other deflections, how about stop taking the word of white people and maybe start at least humoring what actual fucking players are saying about your city and ask if y'all really are. You know what I'm saying?
I just like to look at how people view us, the city, the Philadelphia, right? And then look at a city like Indianapolis, Indiana, in which racism flows like living springs of water. It's almost a rite of passage to learn a racial slur.
No, that's Boston.
That's Boston. That's Indiana. That's Utah.
Indiana,
that's Texas. That's Louisiana.
Well, the Utah's get down is different, right? Because that is a religious state. Like, that is a religion state. So it adds on to the like wildness that they're like that. Because these are supposed to be
religion don't got nothing. Religion don't got nothing to do with somebody being racist.
We learned that with Utah apparently. So
Utah is just a racist place in general. They ain't got nothing to do with religion.
Yeah, but they're Mormon. Like I thought God loved all of his children.
Listen to the religion you just said. Mormons. Mormons believe they can have multiple wives. Okay.
Touché.
Like, listen to the premise of that religion. You cannot count that. Like, come on.
Yeah, you can still count it because they're so racist. But
okay, so is Georgia.
Georgia can't be racist. Georgia too black.
Georgia is racist. Ain't no can be.
Georgia is racist. Atlanta, far from it. Because Atlanta is black.
Yeah, but with the white folks that are in Atlanta and on the outskirts of Atlanta, I've seen it. I stepped foot in that town. I got a lot of dirty looks from white folks in that dang on town.
Cool, but that's for another argument another time because we're talking about sports cities.
Is Atlanta not a sports city?
Yes, but Georgia is not. So,
but they're in Georgia.
Not racist. The state of Georgia, very much so racist.
You know what?
It's all within context. All within context. No, again, all within context. I said sports city, not states. Pay attention, Kenny.
What direction do you want to go with these goalposts? Just let me know where to stop.
Kenny, the goalposts haven't moved.
You have moved.
Why hasn't the goalpost moved? Because I was very particular with my words.
But I just gave you evidence of Atlanta being racist, and you decided to move it.
No.
Yes, it did.
You didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, you didn't. Kenny, what did you say about Atlanta being racist?
I said I got some dirty looks from a lot of white people in Atlanta when I was there. Racist.
You did not say Atlanta.
I did say Atlanta. Lied. No, I'm not. Why would I lie about saying Atlanta? What time do I have to lie about me saying Atlanta?
For the past 2 minutes, we've literally been arguing back and forth about the state of Georgia and the city of Atlanta, in which I separated the fact that Atlanta as a sports town can't be racist because Atlanta is black as hell. Now, the rest of the state of Georgia, very much so racist.
Do you know how big Atlanta is? It's a big city.
Very much.
Big city.
But you kind of can't be racist when you got niggas around you in the stands.
Says who?
You're just begging your ass. Begging.
Says who? People are racist all the time.
Says the niggas in the stands. Okay? Like,
wait.
I just absolutely refuse to believe motherfuckers are just going to look at a motherfucker saying a racial slur at somebody and not do anything. It's Atlanta.
If you say so, I just know what I see.
So, and if that's the case, that's extremely disappointing.
This whole country is disappointing.
Well, this subject lost its luster. Number 2.
Wait, we didn't even rant about Boston.
No, we didn't rant about Boston, but you fucking ruined it, Kenny. That's how this goes. All right.
I ruined it because I was just telling you that it is racist folks in Atlanta. That's all. That's
you ruined it because I had to get into semantics about things. All right. And when I get into semantics about things, I get bored. Why? Because I feel like you're not following me here.
No, I'm following you. I'm just telling you it's two sides to the argument. But that's fine. I'm not trying to listen. I don't want to take the fun out of anything from you. That's not why I'm here. I love when you have fun. That's why the show is fun. Why would I want to take that away?
Like, I was supposed to have a field day on Boston. I promise you a field day on Boston, Kenny. But
then do it. You can still do it.
Yeah, no. Because you accuse me of moving goalposts and shit. That's rather insulting. So, exactly.
If we're being honest, you want me to be 100% transparent with you right now? I just like doing this.
Notably.
But I will do it again at the proper timing so it does not get confused with me trying to poke holes into your argument and make you feel like you're doing it.
Well, listen, what I was going to say about Boston was what Kyrie said, and then a bunch of individuals claiming that, Boston's not racist. However, players are telling you left and right, not only in basketball, but in baseball and in football, that Boston is racist. And they they say racist things all the time.
Boston
Roughly.
and racism are synonymous, just like Boston and Ty Cobb.
And then you have people saying Boston isn't racist, blah 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 blah, and it's like, all right, so you want to individually tell us that your town isn't racist. However, you have players from different sports telling people, hey, Boston is racist. So it may not be you individually that's racist, in which I may or may not be inclined to not believe that it. Was, well, I hope I like that shit. I think I did.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I did. Shit. At any rate. So what happened was somebody like hopped in dude's DM, hopped in a black dude DMs or whatever, and was like, I'm no racist, blah, 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 that rhetoric. So dude just responded with, LOL, okay, bro. And literally, Cuz's next response was, monkey. All right, man. Check me out. All right. I think I figured it out. White people know that racism is wrong, but white people have zero fucking clue as to what is racist and what is racist. Bottom line, like, and I'm not saying white people as in all white people, because again, there are white people that are tired of white people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying it as a generalization. And if it don't apply, scroll on by. But like they know what racism is. They're very aware that it's bad. They have no fucking clue whether or not they're racist. None.
Just listen to yourself talk to that person next time. That'll tell you.
I think that's absolutely astounding, because like, just because they know what it is and that it's wrong, they couldn't possibly be it. And I find that to be absolutely wild. Like they can't, take something and be like and really question it, really mull it around the brain. They gotta immediately be like, no, that's not it. Like they have to be right so fucking bad, more than anything in the fucking world. They need to be right. You know what I'm saying? Because if they're not right, it absolutely shatters their fucking world and everything they thought they knew. That's the reality of it all. Like, people of color, we're living the reality. White people, they have their own fantasy. That's why we call it two Americas, because one America is the struggle, and then the other America is what white people think is America, in which it is far from it at this point. It hasn't been like that, if not in years, ever. But it has been for white people, the people that made the laws of this country. Correct. So,
also, off of the serious note, I just texted my friend Melvin, who's a Wizards fan, and I told him to cheer up because I warned you what you were, and which was delusional for thinking y'all could potentially beat us in the series. And then I told him to look on the bright side. He's got one more game left, so he can just focus on Dallas being trash. I really don't like that.
He didn't deserve that. Thank you for proving my point, Kenny. So
no. Yes, he did. And you want to know why?
What? You said 6 years ago, nigga? Like,
No. Every year. My friend Melvin is one of those fans that believes every year his team's gonna win championship. And every year I tell him, Melvin, every year, Melvin, you don't have enough pieces to beat a team like that. Whatever, all you gotta do is beat a 5-trouble and we can win.
No.
Y'all not gonna keep doing that. Y'all have 2 players. Y'all don't have whatever. The series will be tied when we go back to Washington. Then he goes down 2-0. I'm like, Melvin, where are you? Let's see, it's gonna be tied. Doesn't respond.
Honestly, I have no idea where that series is going to go because that, to me personally, that series can go either way. It really can. Like, you have that confidence, but it really can go either way, in my opinion. And the reason why I don't say much about my series is that we've already won the series because we live rent-free in New York's head because they literally passed out flyers saying Trae Young is going bald.
That's
rent fucking free. Hawks in 2. All right. So that being said, I frankly could give a shit how this series pans out. Like, if we lose, I kind of expected it. If we advance, in your face. However, whoever we play next round, which if we're on the same tree and we play one of y'all next round, shit, we might go to the conference finals. Now you can say that you guys can beat us, but we know the truth. Hey, listen, y'all only have Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons passing. Let's be honest here.
No.
Let's be honest here.
Tobias Harris has been balling.
Listen, I
Steph
don't
Curry
even
balls. Danny Green balls. Thibault defends well.
Kenny, if this is the same Danny Green from fucking played for the Thunder during that championship run?
No.
No?
This is Danny Green that knows his role and knows that he's not all that. All he has to do is hit threes.
So this is the Danny Green from that Thunder run. Okay. All right. Yeah. No.
You haven't been watching a lot of Philly games. It's okay. I understand. And Doc Rivers.
And that's why y'all won't lose. So
no.
With that being said, number 2, Simone Biles is better than every gymnast in the world, and she's getting penalized for it. Yet another thing I don't like right now. Why? Because that goddamn Triple Lindy, as I call it, it's a whole name for it. I forgot the name for it, but I call it the Triple Lindy. All right. Because listen, if you sat and watch her perform that, it looks like they CGI'd it in a commercial. Like, this young lady defies the laws of gravity. Literally. Like, people say that, high flyers, they defy the laws of gravity. Yeah. No. She's doing stuff and hanging in the air in an amount of time that should be impossible. Longer than Michael Jordan before a dunk. Like, it's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely beautiful to watch. It's just perfect. And she is penalized for it.
Man. It's just they don't want to see us succeed, bro.
Here's the way I looked at it, right? It'd been one thing if you gave it a 50. Like, how a dunk contest, you see something you've never seen before, automatic 50.
Right.
But then as the years go by and people
you see so many reincarnations, you're like, okay, this is the 50th the first time. But now it's like a 42.
Exactly. Eventually it started dropping down for a couple of points every year or so. Now next thing you know, 10 years later, it's only worth 45 points.
Yeah.
That's how they should have done this. If one person can do it, at some point in time, there's going to be another person that is going to be able to do that shit. It's like we sit here and slander older sports athletes and their athleticisms and such because we live in an advanced age. What the fuck makes you think the age isn't going to get any more advanced within the next 5 to 10 years? And somebody else can do some shit like that. Simone Biles is just raising the goddamn bar. That's all.
And white folks are mad because they fear they can't reach it.
They're mad because she's the one raising the bar. And it's a bar that they can't jump because white people can't jump. So
we're taking over one sport at a time, and we're taking over.
Yep.
One sport at a time.
So with that being said, like, she is just raising the bar in the sport, and y'all shouldn't be penalizing her for it. Y'all should be asking yourself, how do we top that? Because that's what it's all about. How do you top that? And if you can't top it, good fuck home then. Automatically give Simone her gold medal because that was a gold medal last move. And if nobody can beat that, I don't know what to tell you. Because from what from her confidence level, because like they asked her, you know, why you know, oh, she pretty much doubled down on the fact that she's gonna be doing this. You know what I'm saying? She does this shit, and she's going to keep doing this shit. And they asked her why. She immediately responded, because I can.
Right.
Because she fucking can. And if that confidence level don't scare you into thinking she got more where that fucking came from, I don't know what will. But y'all better get ready for that shit.
Y'all better get ready, bro.
That's for true. Like, y'all better stop playing with Simone Biles, though. Like, she is the truth.
Hey, I know we talk about how great Simone Biles is, but I can't get this much. Can I explain my friend's Melvin's delusional thinking one more time, because he's still going on? Like, listen, because like I put in there, I was like, you're just mad because no one can check Embiid, and I like everyone's been telling you. He's like, I don't care about my team made the playoffs. They're going 17-32 and broke Oscar Robertson's record, so I'm cool. Which I responded, moral victories. He's like, hey, whatever, cheating AT, a whole Embiid gets hurt at game 4. And my friend goes, now you're wishing for something to happen. Then he says, at this point, I don't care. I just wish my team was playing Brooklyn instead. That was a better matchup for us. In which I responded, how? How is that a better matchup for y'all? Then he said, it's all good because my boy is a free agent and he wants to come to DC, in which I said, who? And he says, what's going on? And he says, DeMar DeRozan. I'm like, your hope is in DeMar DeRozan? He said, DeMar, Bill Westbrook. And I was like, wow.
Hey, Ducky's back.
What sport we talking about?
Simone Biles being better than everyone.
Oh, yes. Yes. Listen, bro. I don't know jack shit about gymnastics. Like, I know you have to be strong as shit. You gotta be agile. You gotta be nimble. You gotta have a little flavor to your technique. I did gymnastics 1 year, and like it was so much fun. But oh my god, like the high flying for like the trampoline acts freaked me the fuck out. Like, it was all fun and games till it got like complicated, and I was just like petrified. Like, so petrified, I would cry. And like the trainer was like, you need to try before you cry. And I'm like, fuck that, I'm gonna cry right now. Some tall white man. And my mom was like, no, he right. And I'm like, fuck that shit, I'm out of here.
No, he said, fuck that, I'm out.
And he wasn't wrong. And like, I kind of regret it, but like, I knew myself. And I'm just like, yo, dog, if I take a spill, I'm done for.
Yeah, bottom line of what I was saying in regards to Simone Biles is that she like doubled down that she's able, like her body is able to do these type of moves. You know what I'm saying?
Yup.
So, and she's going to keep doing these type of moves. And they asked her why. They had the audacity to ask her why. She said, "Because I can."
What else would you do?
I do that to fucking for her because it's well needed. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like, why the fuck does she have to tone down her talents and skills to appease the rest of the fucking field? That's absolutely fucking trash at this point because our standards have been risen because of Simone Biles. That's
get good. Get good. You feel me?
Nothing. Exactly. And if you and with that confidence that she had, that because I can, what the fuck makes you think that she ain't got more where that came from?
If you want to keep up, get your weight up.
No, low key, I don't think she's any older than any of us. Like, she doesn't even hit her fucking 30s yet. You feel me? And I think
she's still under 25.
Yeah, I think she's still under 25.
And y'all talk about have y'all talked about Naomi Osaka yet?
No, we haven't.
All right, because I think about her all the time when the few times. Oh, okay. I'm waiting for come back because like it's important. Being the other sport person in the room, I want him to hear what I have to say. Quick side note: I've been reading Hans Christian Andersen. A lot of that shit's kind of fucked up. I'm not gonna hold you. Low key, yeah, bro. The one we're reading right now is called "The Marsh King's Daughter," and it's about like these storks that live in the land of Vikings, and the daughter of the pharaoh and her two sisters like take like swan's wings and fly to like the land of the Vikings to get these flowers that will heal the pharaoh because he's sick as shit. And they're like the sages are like only love will heal the pharaoh. And so she's like, fuck that shit. She got some swan wings and she flew to the Vikings land to find like this particular flower in the marsh. And so she's like, yo, sisters, hold my wings. I'm gonna dive into the marsh and try and find this flower. And it's just like, yeah, fuck that shit. We're trying to like take the throne from you. Fuck out of here. And so they destroy her wings. And when she's like, yo, why'd you betray me? Like the Marsh King comes out of the water and he's like, you mine now, girl. And drags her down into the depths of the bottom. And like the storks are like, damn, nigga. And like, Mother Stork, man, fuck that bitch. That's what she get. And Father Stork, he feels bad. And so he flies over like the bog every day to see if she like comes up from the water. She does not. But instead, like this flower comes out of the water. And it's the baby of the Marsh King and homegirl. And she grows up into like a young person, but like since she's the Marsh King's daughter, his evil is in her eyes. Like she's violent and she's angry as a kid in the daytime, but at night she turns into like a marsh frog. Like she turns into a frog and she just like sits sad on like in her mother's lap because like the storks like see that like she like, oh, there's a baby here. What do storks do? They bring babies to families, and so. Father Stork brings the baby to like the Viking's wife, like because there's like all the Vikings hang out in one spot, and he's like, I ain't got no kid. He's like, Father's like, here you go, nigga. Here's a baby. She's evil as fuck. Like she's violent and she's mean, and like we're learning about how it's like it's in a timeline where Christianity is just starting, and the Vikings always like bring lots of like treasure and money and like meat and spices and prisoners. And most recently, the Vikings bring home a Christian priest, and they're going to sacrifice him on their altar because, like, he's like, oh, like you speak against the old gods, Odin, Thor, Freya, Loki. Like, we're going to sacrifice you on our altar. And the baby's like, I want to kill him. I want to kill him. And we're like, yo. I thought this was like Christian Andersen. What the fuck is this?
Wow.
Like, and one other story I'm gonna talk about, like, there's like the stories about like this demon who makes a mirror that reflects like the worst qualities about a person, right? And like he's showing it to like all the humans, like it's like depressing them, like, oh, like you're a terrible person, like you're a liar, like you're a cheater, like you're awful, you don't deserve to be alive. And everyone's like crying and weeping, he's like, ha 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 ha, fuck humanity. But one day he drops the shit over the heavens because he tried to take it to some angels to ruin their day, and like all the pieces sprinkle all over the earth. So if a piece of that mirror lands in your eye or in your heart, like you always like see things for like the worst qualities of people. And like one of those pieces of glass falls into like the eye of a child, and like you follow him throughout his life. And I'm just like, who wrote this shit? What the fuck is this?
Lemony Snicket.
Hey, and like
Damn.
I recently Sarah and I recently finished all 13 of those books. Like, do y'all remember how that shit ended?
No.
As you recall, like it's like the three children, like Violet, Klaus, and Sunny, the Baudelaire siblings. They're trying to like escape Count Olaf because he's like, yo, y'all inherited some money. I want that shit. I'm gonna do whatever I can take to get that money from y'all. And their parents are part of a secret society that like tries to like they're like a secret society like that fights against evil. Like they read lots of books to like learn more about the world around them. Like they do everything they can to like stop evil. And like Olaf's part of like the evil part of that society. And they grow up, they learn more about it. You do everything they can to stop Olaf, but like everywhere they go, tragedy follows them. It gets to a point in book 12 where everyone left who hasn't been killed by Olaf and his gang has to get together to like bring evidence against him because he killed the both of their parents. Like he's the reason that they're dead. And like, oh, we have to, like, he's done so much bad shit. We have to stop him and his friends at all costs. But Lemony Snicket writes adults as imbeciles. Like it's a children's book. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so like the adults consistently let them down every time they have a chance. And the book 12, like, you know what? Fuck this. Like every time we try to fight Olaf, he beats us. And we're tired of this shit. And it gets to a point where he has them cornered. Like he has like a harpoon gun, and he has in book 1, like they lived in Olaf's house, and their next door neighbor was this court judge. And she was so nice and so friendly. And at the end of book 1, she's like, I'm trying to adopt these kids. They're good kids. I want to give them a good home. But according to like the laws, like, oh, like they have to live with family or someone who's family adjacent. And Olaf has like a gun to her head saying like, you guys are going to do whatever the fuck I say so I can get the fortune. And they're like, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to help you. So they burn down the last safe place in the world for them to be. Just to like, you know what? Everyone keeps letting us down. We're done. Like, fuck this place. Let's light it on fire. And they find themselves shipwrecked like in the middle of the ocean. And with Olaf, it's just the four of them. Like, you know what? Here we are. This is the end. But they land on an island. And it's an island where everything, like every time like you like throw like a bottle with like a note in it and shit, it ends up there. Like if you throw anything like all your trash, like all like your lost, everything ends up in this island, including someone who knows Olaf, who hates him, like one of his rivals and shit. And it's like, Olaf, you know that guy? I fucking hate that guy. He takes the harpoon gun and shoots him in the chest.
Nice.
But the hook was, you know, there's always some tragedy in these books. Around at one point, the Baudelaires were on a submarine for some reason, and they're looking for the MacGuffin of the book. You know, y'all know about like the MacGuffin.
I don't recall a MacGuffin.
MacGuffins are like a plot device used to like you know how like in Lord of the Rings, like there's the ring.
Yeah.
That's the MacGuffin. Like it's a plot device that the bad guys want, but the good guys have to protect. So.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah,
okay, I get it. I know what you mean now.
So the Baudelaires were looking for a MacGuffin in one of the books, and they had to go into like this abandoned like facility where like for the secret society. Unfortunately, it had been poisoned by mushrooms. Like there was like this poisoned mushroom in this abandoned space, and they had to go underwater to find it. And when they went back to the submarine, one of the kids had the mushroom in their helmet. And the whole book was built on, we have to like find the medicine to heal our sibling or they'll die.
Right.
They kept the helmet because one of their friends studied mushrooms. And she's like, yo, this will be great for my research. I want to keep it. But then she got like converted to Olaf's side. He's like, give me those mushrooms. And so the whole time he's got that helmet of mushrooms on his person. So when he gets shot in the chest in book 13, he's holding like the helmet full of mushrooms, and it breaks. Everyone in that bitch gets poisoned, including our Baudelaires. And I'm like, oh fuck, they're gonna die. And so they get together, the three of them, like, yo, it's over. We're done. We're dying.
Yeah, pretty much.
And on this island, like there's like all this junk, all like this like forgotten stuff, including a book left by their parents. When their parents were young, they got shipwrecked on this island. And they lived there until like Mama Baudelaire was pregnant with Violet. And so they left like all these notes on how they survived all those years. Because eventually the poison mushrooms hit that island. And okay, we know the antidote. It's like horseradish. So they planted an apple tree with like horseradish seeds. So if people ate those apples, it would negate the poison. You know what I'm saying? And they found the book and like, oh shit, let's just eat these apples and help everybody else. Cause like there's a bunch of like refugees there. But they sail away. They're like, nah, like we're gonna get the fuck out of here and like we'll just like take our chances. And everyone's gone except for the three and Olaf. He's the last one there. He's like dying on the beach. And you know the author Lemony Snicket, right?
Yeah.
He's written himself into the book. Like he has a brother and sister in like the story of the Baudelaires.
He likes Stan Lee and shit.
Yeah, basically. And so like his sister is like the last ally of the Baudelaires. Like she's like, hey, if you like, because in book 12, she's like, hey, if you guys fail our mission, it's all over. So do your best. I'll help you in everywhere that I can. And unfortunately, it fails. And when they get to the island, she's there. Like she was like shipwrecked, and she's shipwrecked and pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she's like ready to burst. And she's like, yo, guys, if I die, like if I give birth, I'm probably gonna die. Please take care of my baby, because she also got poisoned. So she's like, this is it for me, man. Like I'm about to have this motherfucking baby. They're kids. How they like? They're not gonna help her have this baby. There's only one person left in the world, Olaf. And they're like, hey, motherfucker, we hate you so much, but like, there's a pregnant woman on that boat, and you need to help us like have this like deliver this baby. What they don't realize, that's Olaf's old thing. Like he loved her back in the day, and he's like, she's pregnant, and like in a last like sort of strength, each one of like the antidote apples carries her in her arms, and so she can like properly like give birth. And he's just like, I told you I'd help you one last time, and dies. He's gone. Like he ends his life trying to be the hero and shit. And like mama dies. Like you have the baby, she dies. And the Baudelaires lived on that island for like 2 years and raised the kid. And they're like, you know what? Like we're like, Violet, you're so smart, inventing. Klaus, you're so well read. Sunny, the baby, like she grows into like a cook or whatever. Like, oh, like you kept us alive with this food you made us. This baby deserves a chance at a real life. Like, yeah, we've been through everything together. We can raise this kid. So they build a boat, and it's the same boat that brought them to the island. It survived all those years. And if you recall, in all 13 books of Series of Unfortunate, it's dedicated to like, let me just think, his crush, Miss Beatrice. We don't know who she is, but like we know that he really loved her until she died. And so they find out in the book that like the Baudelaire parents left, Beatrice is Mrs. Baudelaire.
Huh.
He loved her all these years, and the boat on which they sailed on islands was Miss Baudelaire's boat. And before Shorty died, she said, listen, like there's a tradition in my family. Give my daughter the name of someone who means a lot to you. And like the whole time, the baby's talking like Sunny for the first 3 books, because, you know, like, as a baby, she can't really talk, but, like, she talks like Sunny, and, like, oh, we have to try to speak English at some point. And so they get all their shit together to leave the island to go back to her society. The baby sees, like, the name of the boat, and she chooses her own name, Beatrice.
That's dope as fuck. I love it.
Like, motherfuckers, I was like, it's so, as a kid, you know, like my mom, my mother is like a Baptist woman from like Norfolk, Virginia. She not fucking no Harry Potter. She hated Harry Potter. Wasn't allowed to read that shit. And frankly, she did me a favor, given what we know about J.K. Rowling. So to reread all these like Series of Unfortunate Event books, it's like, wow, like this shit, like it's critical. It's depressing, But like considering like how our lives became over the years, it was just like an omen, like a foreboding omen. Because like these books talk about how adults like they fight for what they think to be is true. You know, like like people like Olaf and the gang, like they want to like burn people's buildings down and like poison them and like murder them and shit to get what they want. But like the good guys, so like, oh, like we'll become scientists and like librarians and like volunteer firefighters and like bankers and cops, but like drop the ball at every given opportunity.
Yeah.
Like one of the plot lines in the book is like they meet, like when they get on the submarine, the captain of the submarine believes that like, oh, there are some things in this world too fucked up for children to know. But like the boy was like, yo, we've grown up so much during these hard times. Trust us with the truth. And he refuses. And like, and like, but like, and that's all. And like, all if you read the books, all they want to know is like, oh, like, why are our parents in the secret society? Like, why did they die? Like, why do they keep this like information like a secret from us? And like, it never gets revealed. And I'm like, dog, like this dude Lemony Snicket, because like it's not really his real name and shit. Like, I wonder what kind of life he lived for him to write like such a like deep and divisive like children's book. Because like,
yeah,
it's come full circle for me as like a 28-year-old being so leftist, being so like into like counterculture, like into like punk and grunge and like heavy metal and shit and like underground backpacker. Like, do you know what I was watching this morning? Like this like 45-minute video essay about like cartoons' relationship to hip hop, how like it presented the medium like through shows like Family Guy and The Simpsons and like I don't know, like the fucking Proud Family and shit, and like the differences like that it takes when like being presented, because like this shit's made for adults that kids watch, and so like it could paint your perspective of how us like even like it covered like the coverage and like the the Animaniacs rebooted last year.
Yeah, I heard
like,
about it.
That one episode where they rap battle a dude, but like it's clear that like he's kind of like a mumble rapper adjacent dude. Like he's like the type of rapper that uses like semicolons to like get a punchline and shit. And it's just like, oh, like you should just like be nice and like Shakespeare's better than rappers. And it's like it's a dangerous point of view that like people who aren't in the culture will take. How we get a lot of these like white rappers like G-Eazy or Token and NF that like maybe miss the plot, like an adult Eminem, if you will, kind of shit.
Oh yeah,
like a fucking Jack Harlow, if you will. Jack Harlow was nominated for like a BET award this year, bruh.
Go figure, right? Well, I mean,
and he can rap, but it's like, why is he here?
I mean, it could be worse. You could steal a Grammy from Kendrick Lamar.
Man, like, it's like, dog, like, thinking about what happened to Mac after that shit was like him winning the Grammy killed his career.
Literally.
Like,
him apologizing for winning the Grammy killed his career.
100%. Like, he tried to false flag the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Like, look how good I am. Look how good I am doing this.
It was not good at all.
Frankly, and Billie Eilish kind of did the same thing this year.
Because she didn't want to. That's the crazy part about it. Like, I don't know if you peeped it, but like when she won her first award, you could see her saying, "Please don't say me. Please don't say me."
That was last year when she sweeped. This year, she only won one. And frankly, she deserved to win for the thing that she was nominated for, because the song in question, oh my God, so good. But she was just like, man, y'all should have given it to someone else. And it's kind of the thing where like, it's what you're expected to say. So it's a lose-lose for Billie, because I feel like people like Pearl Jam and Adele did it way better.
Oh yeah. But
you know what I'm saying? Because like
different generation.
Yeah, but like it's like the disdain. Even Fiona Apple had a better take on like her like disinterest in winning the award, because her shitting on, because I think Fiona Apple won the first year she was eligible for Best New, and she was like shell shocked at the heavy handedness of that the industry like throws at at like popular musicians and shit. Like we all know how like the Grammys like basically like blackballed The Weeknd after having the best year of his fucking career with After Hours, and he's still like mad about the shit. One of the dudes from like Village People like is like, hey dog, take it easy. And it's like, huh? The fuck you mean? And like, you know, it's an older brother trying to say, hey man, like it ain't worth it. Like, don't take it so personally. But I'm like, bro, and like the article pointed out that like the Village People also sued the Grammys and like the height of their run. And so I'm just like, I don't like the idea of an old head telling like the new nigga on the block, like, hey man, get down with the king. And it's like he's like the new, like one of the bigger guys in like the academy is a brother, but it's like, so what? The CEO of my company is a brother, and he said some shit where it's like with the CDC rolling out these new rules about mask etiquette. The first day it dropped when they're like, hey, vaccinated people are cool to not wear their shit. But CEO was like, well, all employees at Lowe's still have to like follow the mask mandates, and like we'll update the rules as more information becomes available. And I'm like, wow, that's more responsible than I thought he'd be. That the next fucking day, we get an email saying, yeah, so all the customers who claim to be vaccinated don't have to wear their masks anymore. But all the employees, please adhere to like your to the local laws and such. And I'm just like this guy is clearly not a nigga, because a nigga knows that niggas be lying, bro.
Mm-hmm.
If they didn't give a fuck in the first place, they will lie.
Well, I think that it probably wasn't his say-so.
Bullshit! Stop the cap. Mm-hmm. What's the point of being the motherfucking CEO if you don't get to call the shots? And I will also say, like, for a company with no union, like he was handing out the bag since this pandemic started. But I also know he handed out the bag because we have no union, and because like he knows that like people who work in stores like mine are on the front lines with like interacting with like my job is like what's the term they use all pandemic? Essential work.
Mm-hmm.
So like him handing out the bag keeps the heat off him by not talking about the U word. I hope that me talking about this on the podcast and get me fucking fired. But like, I'm not saying the name of my company, even though I have before. But like, it's because one of like the aunties at my store, a sister, she's like, bro, like, you know, like all skin folk ain't kinfolk, and like
exactly. I was just about to say that. That's all about around to.
Like, fuck this bald nigga for real, man. I tweeted him before, and I know he checks his own shit, but it's like, bro, like. If he was in fucking Philadelphia, shit.
He'd have to see me. However, we got well off tangent.
I'm so sorry.
We got really into it.
I just let y'all go, and I was just a spectator.
Let a nigga go.
However, number 3. Naomi Osaka isn't doing any more press conferences.
Yes.
I respect the
no more interviews, nigga.
Here's my thing, right? What exactly? Who do press conferences benefit? Damn sure ain't the players.
Fuck no.
You know what I'm saying? You're just trying to get sound bites and analysis from the game that they played and what went right, what went wrong, and it's like sometimes
fresh off the game.
Don't like doing that shit. Like Marshawn Lynch was getting fined because he didn't want to do post-game interviews. Like that should be something somebody that should be respected, but they enforced that rule for like publicity purposes. And it's like maybe I don't want or need that publicity or that standpoint of publicity because I'm already a pretty fucking big deal anyway. Especially in Naomi Osaka's case, she like Simone Biles in
She's
gymnastics,
the ruler of this
is the
shit.
fucking truth. And she has proven it by beating Serena Williams.
Twice.
All right. So
She's the new
with
guard.
With that being said, if she don't want to do conferences, that's all right. That's cool.
When you're the best, you get to call the shots.
Like, and that's all. That's what really matters. Like, she's still on that court dominating, and that's all. That's all y'all need. For real. Like, y'all don't really need to analyze all that. Watch the goddamn game.
Watch the product.
You know what I'm saying? Watch the goddamn game. So yeah, with Mental Health Awareness Month being this month and this month coming to an end, I just felt the need to, bring that up and, sound off on that, because it's like mental health is something that's constantly being, talked about and championed, but it's not being really provided in this country. Like, we still, as a country, expect the things that causes mental illnesses to keep flowing regardless, because it's your job as a citizen to do so. And it just goes to show how sadistic this country can be. And if Naomi Osaka, comes to America and doesn't want to do press conferences, so be it. That shouldn't be a problem. There shouldn't be any fines about it or anything like that, because we don't, like, athletes don't owe the press shit. And I can't stress that enough. Then not only that, journalism is like the jig these days because they choose to be.
Ooh, I have a tangent about journalism real quick. I also want to say that, like, for press conferences in sports, as a non-sport person, who are the people we see in these highlights for press conferences? Only niggas. They only want to highlight niggas in these goddamn press conferences. The only nuance that I've seen in press conferences was during the Logan Paul thing, where, like, I saw like a thread of like a bunch of like MMA fighters like, yo, what y'all think about this Logan Paul shit? Yo. And like, and those dudes, man, like, such like, they are so well composed. Like, those who were pissed off about it, you felt like their dissatisfaction, but like, you weren't like they weren't like foaming at the mouth and shit. They're just like, ugh, disgusting. I hate that shit. One guy was just like, oh, like, I could beat that man with one hand tied behind my back, no cap. Like, and one guy was just like, hey man, I don't endorse that shit. Like, he was trying to get that man, like, he was giving that man his roses, but at the same time saying, nah, like, this is bad for our business, and I hope it comes to an end. So I'm like, I was so awesome to see, because I don't follow MMA, but like to see like dudes who are like into like the prime of their craft saying like, not for me. This being just like, I don't want to say professional, because I'm learning now that like professionalism is just like another like creation of white supremacy. Fuck that shit. Fuck that.
What did I just say about professionalism?
My whole, like, the whole of me being a broadcaster was built upon the foundation of being professional, and considering who I am, how I was raised, how I interact with the world around me. They want niggas like me to like be the next Candace Owens. You know what I'm saying? To be the next Ben Carson. And I want to be on the block. I want to be on the block with woo niggas doing like you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be on the block.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing. That's where judging a book by its cover comes in. Because though like you
old boy from NASCAR and shit.
Even though you come off as, the people that we say that not
the nigga
all
like Tom from Boondocks and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Even though you may come off as such, that is not your get down.
No, Negroes.
like, just because you act as such does not negate the fact that at the end of the day, you still a real nigga.
I give a fuck about our people, man. Like, point blank, period. Like I
exactly.
feel like niggas like Tyler and Gambino, like they carve out the lane for dudes like me. You know what I'm saying? You can be the bridge. Not that I'm fucking special, but like if you're raised in a white space, you can still be down. You can be down, bro. And much like being a queer, like much like being like an ally for queer folks, you can't claim to be an ally and you can't claim to be down. It's just like if you're in the mix and you aren't like annexed, like you're here. Like if you're comfortable with yourself, you're gonna be all right. You know what I mean? So like that's the trick. It's like because niggas who hate themselves try to get in the mix and like so swiftly are they just like, you know what I'm saying? You're gone. You're nothing. You may like you're viral for like maybe a month at a time, but then we never hear from you again. Right. You're not playing the long game. I want to circle back to my bit about journalism. As we are well aware, there is an ethnic cleansing happening in the land of Palestine. A fucking ethnic goddamn cleansing, genocide, and actually, is that one of our topics?
Summarize it for me, because I've been trying to figure out what the fuck's been going on.
Okay,
I don't 100% know. Inform me a little bit.
Okay, as a person who doesn't have all the facts together, and I want to say it's so easy to get like the unbiased, verified facts about what's happening over there. I be tweeting about this shit all the goddamn time. And that's one of the benefits of being on left Twitter, on bread Twitter. It's like you're gonna get you're gonna get the perspective of the actual like people who are being persecuted, but also the fucking facts. Like, and you know what like made it so simple for me? You're gonna love this. TikTok made it so goddamn simple for me. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit goes back to World War I. You know what I'm saying? Really? It's and you know who's like the roots of this problem? Take a wild fucking guess. The motherfucking royal family. Great Britain just like stuck their fucking foot into a pool they had no business being in. They're just like, hey y'all, fuck shit up.
But that's the thing about being descendants of the Brits, right? Like, I assumed that it was us.
Like we are currently responsible. Okay. But like at the core, you can thank the motherfucking man. Like, can we just take a second to real like a bunch of white folks on one of the smallest fucking islands decided we're going to terrorize everyone.
Yeah.
And I also want to say, like, because people are like, oh, like reparations, like, oh, like this, like answering for the misgivings of the way we treated peoples. Oh, it can't be done. You can't do the shit. Guess who just did it? Germany. They basically destroyed this one specific African nation. And they're like, you know what? We fucked up. And Germany, they're so good about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the Nazis, they lived there. That was their home base. And they're like, yo, and the country's like, you know what? Fuck that shit. No more of this shit at all. Like, done. Like that. They really owned up. They're really owned up for the shit about that.
American
and recently,
know nothing about that shit.
Huh?
The average American don't know nothing about that shit.
Man, like, we're still under.
That's how the game goes, man. We this country has brainwashed its citizens.
Like, all niggas need to do is watch that new fucking Watchmen shit, and you'll learn all you need to fucking know about like this new like generation of neo-Nazis, Proud Boys, good old boys, Confederates. But I digress. Look up the shit about Germany paying out $1 billion to an African nation for like the shit they did to them over the course of like human history. They paid up like, we owe y'all some money. Here's a bag. Oh, here's $1 billion. Like,
why the fuck can't we do that?
Oh, and to add, like, did y'all cover the $700 million we either we gave or got from Israel for some weapons? Yeah. And again, I mentioned her earlier. Shout out to her. Shout out to my Uncle Bernie that said, fuck that shit. They're like, we're giving them how much? We gotta vote about this shit.
Exactly.
And because, like, much like the insurrection, it forces our representatives to say, how do you feel about ethnic cleansing? How do you feel about genocide? The shit that those niggas in like System of a Down have been singing about their whole fucking career, and I have a bit about them. I'm gonna get to a little bit later. But all you really need to know about what's happening in Palestine is that the government of Israel is like, this shit belongs to us. We don't want y'all here. We don't want y'all to have half. We want y'all gone, and we will kill every single one of you to get it.
Well, says who?
I said, huh?
Says who?
God, nigga.
And that's problem number one. Continue.
So it's like, remember, folks, remember, this is the ramblings of an uneducated ass nigga. It is so easy to get like the perspective from people who have studied this fucking shit for their whole fucking lives. But
right.
Also, like GB, Great Britain, they made promises and like basically stepped on an already established nation to give them that. Like European Jews, like, y'all have it hard. We're gonna give y'all some space, but we're gonna take some from the Palestinians. And they're like, wait, what? You're giving away our shit? Yep, I own this shit, so you can't do a dick about it. And they're like, we're gonna pick up our weapons. And they're like, ew, okay. So turmoil began, and the Great Britain is like, oh fuck, I made a mess. Instead of cleaning that mess, hey, United Nations, yeah, can y'all fix this? I'm literally less than a decade old, but sure, I guess. And we know how fucking useless those motherfuckers are.
Yeah.
They basically they try to like play third party to like the strife that became of this new nation in Israel versus like the already established. And like I also what I appreciate about this TikTok, it broke down like the religious like groupings of these peoples, because we have Palestinian Jews, we have Palestinian Christians. For the most part, most of the people who live in Palestine practice Islam. And what I fucking hate is that when I hear about the things happening over there in Palestine, they're hitting up mosques, like cops, soldiers, shooting up mosques with like the rubber bullets and like the tear gas and shit. It's like, you are pulling up on people like worshiping. Like these, like, because I know they're like, oh, we're here for Hamas. We're here to fuck up Hamas. Let me say off the top, I don't know shit about Hamas. I don't know what they're up to. I don't know what they're trying to do. But like they're like the people like the institution of Israel saying, oh, we're gonna fuck up some shit, and we're only here for Hamas. And I also want to point out that the IDF, like that's their military might. The IDF, they're here like, hey y'all, hey you Palestinians who are innocent, we're just here for Hamas. Like, just get the fuck out of our way, and you won't get hurt. We're trying to terrorize Hamas. Terrorize the terrorists.
Huh?
What? We're gonna do what we're doing to you to them. We're gonna terrorize these terrorists. And this was on their fucking official verified Twitter account. Twitter is the motherfucking land of the lost. It is the wild motherfucking west.
And the crazy part about it is, it was much more lawless in 2010.
Certainly, because that was just nigga shit. But then everyone's like, oh, we can say whatever the fuck we want here. We're virtually no. It's like, it's so fucked up how like sex workers, leftists, they can have like they can have like conversations about the fucked up state of the world and get like blackballed, like shadow banned, lose their accounts, be suspended. I got like Twitter jail for like a week. Just saying fuck you to all the awful politicians and like people in the world and shit like that. And so, but like the Donald can like basically do whatever the fuck he wants until like he does an insurrection. Like I'm trying better to like block first, and like I'll maybe like say like, oh fuck you, or go fuck yourself, and like hit the block button. But now I'm just like hitting like, I don't want to see this tweet. I don't want to hear about this conversation, because like so many things are just like watching like I missed the conversation, but like I watched like the first 10 minutes of that Nick Gage shit. I wanted to leave this world. My whole soul hurt.
That's how it's
just the 10 minutes. And I was like, I had to do this. I was just like, oh no. And I did that shit watching like just Japanese footage, like the leagues out there, the high flying, the stunts they're doing. Like, god damn, oh fuck. I felt like a kid again. I was so happy. That was fun. So I'm like, oh, these are like These are athletes just pushing themselves to the max within reason, relatively. These like CZF folks, they're just like, can I kill this guy? I might just try to kill this guy. I'm gonna fucking kill this guy. And I'm like, oh fuck, no, sir. No. Like the pizza cutter scene, I'm like, God, no, please. Fuck. Oh shit. And just like, hey, bro, it is what it is. And I'm like, what?
No, because he took David Arquette over dinner. This shit is serious. All right, this ain't fucking ballet. You know what I'm saying? when they told you this about wrestling, no, I'm gonna tell you this about death matches. This is not a game.
It's not the same.
Oh. Are you sure you're down to do this?
We are not the same. Said, I am a Martian.
This asshole David Arquette goes, yeah, just don't cut me. No. That's not how that works. You're gonna get cut in a death match. That's just how it goes.
Just like the teaser of dude like going at dude's neck with the broken light bulb. Oh fuck, dude! Like
oh shit! I think I killed David Arquette.
Like I have post-traumatic stress from this shit. Like I can't really man, like Vice be doing too much sometimes, bro. Like there's a reason why Desus and Mero aren't there anymore. There's a reason why Action Bronson got his life together after being on that shit for so long, man. They be doing too much, bro. I can't get down with that shit.
But at any rate, that shit was wild. And then they asked him if he was afraid that he was gonna die that day. He's like, nah, I'm not going out like that.
Low key, that nigga Nick Gage went to hell, and Satan treated that nigga like Stinkman. And was like, do more of that shit.
Yeah,
come on.
Satan said, I want more. Do it.
That's some real life Mortal Kombat shit,
bro. I have a slight fetish for death matches. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey, and like I remember when I worked at the FYE, my last manager there was this brother named it's some white man, and I respected this white man because he was a math teacher, and he was in a position where like his principal was like, hey nigga, stop failing these kids, but they're failing the course. Nah, I need them graduations up. Stop failing these kids. And he's just like, oh, man, I quit, man. Fuck that shit, bro. So
that's how we got that No Child Left Behind law.
Yeah, he was just like, bro, but they're failing. He's like, nah. Stop that shit. He was like, I'm out, bro. So we're here, like we're chilling, like we're you talk. And he was just like, bro, like quiet as kept. They need to bring back these gladiator matches. And I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? And then I watched that fucking 10 minutes of that fucking Nick Gage shit. I'm like, oh, these niggas. That's
what he's talking about.
Like, because like you can tell like the dude who was promoting for the brand was like, oh, I've been through the worst and the good. Because it's like the money, like because like Nick's like, I'm not here for the money or the glory. I'm not here for the money. But like them niggas are. Like, we are collecting every time these motherfuckers try to kill themselves because it's like people. Why do I? Hold on. Oh, I can't fucking find it. Why do niggas play Super Smash Brothers? Like after all these fucking years, like because there's no way our parents, as conservative as our parents were to us, raising us, like they didn't want us to watch like Adult Swim or like Family Guy or The Simpsons, but they sure as fuck let's play some Super Smash Brothers. Like we're throwing bombs, shooting each other. So like nigga Sephiroth is in Super Smash Brothers. That nigga's blade is as big as this goddamn screen. You know what I'm saying? And it's like little kids be playing this shit. Little kids be playing Fortnite and shit. Because it's like it's in us. It is in us.
It is.
Like let me tell you something. I was walking, I was going back to my house one night. I went to go see some homies. Sarah's at work. And I'm like, yo, I'll call you before you go to bed. And while I'm waiting for the bus, I get a call from Sarah. I'm like, yo, what's up? Sarah's crying on the phone because some niggas is like catcalling, you know what I'm saying? Like saying some foul shit while they're walking by and shit. And Sarah is mad, screaming on the phone, crying. And it's like, I'm not a tough guy. I don't be getting into fights. But like, man, like, and like, working at West Philadelphia Lowe's opened my eyes to how some of these Philly niggas be acting, like, cause beautiful sisters be working at the Lowe's. You know what I'm saying? Like point blank period. Not trying to be Susio, not trying to be like, just like beautiful women working retail, and niggas be acting foul. And
oh yeah,
only one time I looked at a nigga after he was saying some shit. He's like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "Why the fuck are you talking like that, bro? Like, why are you talking? Like, what the fuck are you doing?" Because
nowadays I'm just like, you are a dumbass. Like, you're really a dumbass.
You gotta respect motherfucking agencies, dog.
These niggas need
disrespect of the agency in this country that pisses me off.
Like, niggas need to get touched. Like, I'm like, bro, like, I was on a bus going to work. I'm in a bad mood. I hate going to my job. And this nigga's yelling on the phone. I'm listening to my music. He's yelling on the phone. I look at this nigga. He got no mask on. I'm like, man, fuck this shit, bro. And I'm like, nigga, why isn't your mask on, bro? He's chin strapping it. So I'm like, nigga, put your mask on. And he's screaming at me. Like, he's got an attitude with me. And I'm like, yeah, nigga, put your mask on, though. Like, I'm looking him in the eye. Like, put your mask on, man. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And so he breaks. He covers his mouth. He doesn't cover his nose. I'm like, cover your nose, nigga. And he's getting real agitated. He's screaming at me. I'm like, yeah, nigga, cover your fucking face, bro. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And he goes for his pocket. And I'm like, oh, hold up. Oh, I fucked up. He's got the piece? I think he's got a gun.
Yeah.
Nah, he ain't got no gun, but he got a knife. And he flicks that shit out. And I'm like, all right, I'm out. I just get up and I move. And I'm like, all right, nigga, go ahead. I'm thinking like, I won though. Cause I'm like, if you stab me, I win. Cause like, I just said, put your mask on. And like, your masculinity got challenged, bro. You're weak. You're nothing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm soft, but I'm like, bro, like, all you niggas have to do, because niggas want to be out in the streets. And I'm not mad at you. Like, you're young, you're hot, you want to fuck shit up. I get it.
Ain't nothing good in them streets, though.
No, but like, it's like, if you're false flagging, I understand, but you want to be out in the mix, especially in a place like Philadelphia. Like, you want to be the next Meek, you want to be the next Uzi, sure. What you want to be the next Freeway, sure, whatever. But like, meanwhile, this disease is killing us niggas by the hundreds every fucking day. Like, follow the trail of the dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not sweet. All you niggas had to do was wear your fucking mask correctly every day. All you niggas had to do was stay in the house. Because meanwhile, New Zealand, Australia, they got back to their regular lives with the quickness. Hollywood, all the bands we love, touring the fuck out of Australia. And that's what it's going to be for like the next 5 years. I promise you. And like, let me expose myself for being on the dick of Japan when this shit first began, because like they already had mask culture over there. But as we've seen recently, because again, TikTok blew it up for me. I follow a rapper out there. He's like, bro, I live in Tokyo. We are in no way ready to like host the Olympics in 2 months from now. We're not ready. Like, because a new strain hit the nation. But they're like, we still trying to get this money. And I'm like, and not knowing anything about like geopolitics or economics, like, bro, you're Japan. You don't need the money. We already love your shit.
Right. Japanese culture is pretty much embedded in American culture.
Greed is world culture. So when money comes into play, oh, you better believe that shit's gonna get done one way or another, even if some eggs got a crack.
Bro, like,
we already got a Funimation app on our system for anime. Like, they got all that stuff.
Even if you don't like weed bullshit, like, we love Japanese food. We love the technology. Like, even if like you're not playing games and shit, like your TVs, like your fucking computers, like your phones, they're coming out of Korea. They're coming out of like they're coming out of China and shit, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like
them sevens, boy.
No, low key, like, and again, like all off the top, all ignorant shit. But it's just like, dog, like when push comes to shove, innovation like rises like a fucking phoenix. Dog, like that nigga Jeff Bezos cleared $10 billion from our Senate for some moon bullshit, and he turns right the fuck around and buys MGM with 9 of those B's. Where the fuck do we have $10 billion for fucking Amazon when niggas are dying in the streets, bro?
Well, Jeff Bezos is a goddamn supervillain. We've already established that.
That nigga's the villain from the first Iron Man movie, bro.
However,
Yo,
Did you watch the Collision in Korea Dark Side of the Ring?
I did not get to that one. I did not. I fucked up the assignment, bro. I fucked it up.
That's cool. That is perfectly fine. Why? Because I fully fledged the notes for this.
Really? Okay, let's get it. Give me the sparks.
Wait, before you do that, we're still on. Are we still on pin count or on reviews? Because if we're not on pin count, I need my closer and bell.
How about now?
Go ahead.
All right, cool. So we are doing a review on Dark Side of the Ring episode of Collision in Korea. If you aren't familiar with WCW's Collision in Korea, long story short, before we get into it, it was a concept of a peace treaty between North Korea and, well, America at the least.
Ooh.
And promote and used to promote that was wrestling, in which wrestling legend out there Antonio Inoki invited WCW to come out there for the event. Wow. And a lot goes down. So let's start off by saying that, well, let's start off with the disclaimer that it's Vince McMahon slander scattered throughout the episode.
Fuck him on everything.
And I enjoyed every bit of it. So, all right. That being said, WCW and New Japan had a shaky rapport back in '95, much like what WWE is trying to do now. The issue, the reason why it was such a shaky rapport because Kazuchika Okada, he's the hugest deal in New Japan Pro Wrestling. He comes to TNA and essentially jobs. And New Japan was not very happy about that. So
surprise, motherfuckers.
Exactly. So the main premise of all this is that Inoki reached out to Bischoff for a peace festival. Ooh. Antonio Inoki is a huge deal. He's like the Vince McMahon / Hulk Hogan in Japan.
Fuck.
Yeah. And that motherfucker is huge. I'm talking about you can't take your eyes off of his chin anytime he's on the screen.
God damn.
That motherfucker's chin is astounding.
Crimson chin looking ass.
Yes, exactly. So
the naked chin.
Here we come, the Asian chin. Yeah.
By my mother's mandible.
Hey, quiet as kept. I'm playing. This shit is on my phone with the sound off, just so I can listen and talk to you all at the same time.
So
let's get it.
Nice. Initially, Inoki wanted the entire WCW roster to come through, namely Hulk Hogan.
Of course.
And he also wanted celebrities such as Michael Jackson and Muhammad Ali. Well, they got Muhammad Ali.
Of course, man.
And the reason why, they got Muhammad Ali is because there's history between Inoki and Ali. They had a boxer versus wrestler match back in 1976.
Oh,
so,
fuck.
They're familiar with each other.
Yeah.
That match was ass.
Fuck.
Go back and look at that if you ever get the chance.
That makes me so sad.
Now, I want you guys to keep in mind about North Korea's get down as a country.
Oh man, I don't bang with them, bro. I want to say one thing about NK. There's this woman I follow who defected from the nation, and she reported how this one composer for their orchestra, he got rat-tat-tat in front of the entire all of his fellow musicians. Like the leader of the nation had him like capped in front of everybody, and as they were walking out to like take their place to perform, they had to walk by his bullet-riddled body. This happened recently, just on some like I don't even know what the fuck he did, but they had him executed.
Yeah, he said something that he shouldn't have said.
Either I don't know if he's like I ain't playing no more. I don't know what the fuck he did, but like Shorty found out and he's like, this is what y'all need to know about what the fuck goes on over there. And I'm just like, every time I hear about like people who defect safely, like because I watched like a food video, like these folks are from NK. They never have this kind of food before. We're gonna bring them in, see how they feel about it. Like this week, like they record their reactions, like, oh god damn, shit's good as fuck. Fuck, I never had this kind of food before. Like it hurts me like that fucking like Nick Gage shit does. How fucked up a nation can be to its like the path we're going down, essentially. You know what I'm saying?
Buddy. We gonna learn today with this episode of Dark Side of the Ring.
Like this shit's playing right now. I just saw fucking Macho Man Randy Savage. I know it's about to go down.
Yeah. All right. So Bischoff asks Hogan. He invites Hogan or whatever. Hogan goes, "Can't make it, brother."
Of course. I mean, pussy.
I said, "Thank God," because listen, when you think about it, like you think about Hulk Hogan's getting down. Well, Ducky, you don't 100% know, but this motherfucker Hulk Hogan is a menace as far as ringside politics go.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we got things like
about Hogan.
That's why we got things like the finger poke of doom. We had NWO taking over WCW as opposed to just being like, the
evil stepchild.
Yeah, exactly. So like this motherfucker Hulk Hogan goes into business for himself because Vince McMahon enabled this monster.
Yeah.
So with that being said, Hulk would have fucked business up and led us to war with North Korea. I'm willing to bet that shit.
Oh fuck.
Inoki called him the careful man, so he wasn't surprised that he declined. In other words, Hogan's pussy.
Yes, thank you.
So North Korea notably don't fuck with Japan or America for real, or anyone to be honest. So seeing as how North Korea is hostile grounds, you usually have to wait 6 months or so for approval by the U.S. government to go out there. Yes. Bischoff said, "I got a better idea." Without
I can't.
So
this shit's amazing though.
So the lineup headed to North Korea, right? This is all who went. Eric Bischoff went. My man Sonny Ono went. I was like, that's my fucking guy. When Sonny Ono got off the screen, I was like, shit, here goes my fucking guy, Sonny Ono. So fucking Ric Flair, Scott Norton, Too Cold Scorpio, Rick Steiner, and his brother, Big Papa Pump. We know Big Papa Pump, Freakzilla. But this is pre-Freakzilla Big Papa Pump. This is when he still had long hair, right? Chris Benoit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, Chris Benoit is an ironic anomaly in this episode. We'll get to it. Hulk from the Road Warriors.
Okay.
Masahiro Shono, Hiroshi Hase, and Shinya Hashimoto. Right?
Wow, look at this fucker's chin. God damn.
Told you. Yep.
Damn, that's gonna make out, bro. Man, you can.
That motherfucker.
You can like fucking beat a sword in that joint.
Bro. That is a chin, bro.
That's a man, bro. That's a manly ass man.
So Scott Norton is telling the story of how he found out who was going, right?
Put a blacksmith on his chin.
So after a match or whatever, Nordy's sitting down. I call him Nordy. So Nordy's sitting down. Masa goes, "Scott's son." Nordy goes, "What up?" Masa said, "Big match in Korea next month. You win it." Nordy said, "Wait, what?" Sorry?
Like what?
And that's how he found out he was going. Right?
You going, nigga.
So they're in the airport in Japan, right? Waiting on that layover from North Korea. Motherfucker Muhammad Ali pulls up and randomly does a magic trick for the wrestlers.
Oh, like Muhammad Ali, bro, like the first real rapper of our time, bro. That nigga was on one at all times, bro.
Muhammad Ali was different, bro.
Seriously, like I love. We may have been staples, but niggas had Muhammad Ali, bro.
Man,
Best rapper ever. Not named Dr. Seuss. So, well,
Fuck
actually, Dr. Seuss.
Fuck Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, so, military Korean plane picks up the boys, right?
Fuck.
Ric Flair is fucking terrified because we failed to forget Ric Flair broke his back in an airplane crash years ago.
and they got him on this small ass plane.
Yeah.
Oh, that poor bastard.
Exactly. So if Flair ain't shit up to that, here we go. The Korean airport, they get to the Korean airport, that shit damn near abandoned, dusty as hell for obvious reasons. No one comes in, no one comes out.
No.
So military take all their passports and American items. At this point, if Flair ain't shit himself, he did it then.
Oh man.
So then, they assign two to a car, right?
Yeah.
To go to their hotel rooms and shit. So the attaché for Eric Bischoff, she's like, you're the 7th American in North Korea that hasn't been shot down or captured. I said, bro. Bischoff said, that's cool. I was like,
what the fuck is wrong with this guy, bro?
I'll do anything for the ratings, bro. I said, I have to respect it.
I'm not gonna make that quote. I can do it.
So Sonny Ono came up in the interviews again. I lost my shit. I said, that's my motherfucking guy, Sonny Ono. So he still has a lanyard from that event. I said, that's neat.
Hey, it's a miracle he kept that shit.
Yeah. And he was saying that, you already know, just don't do this, don't do that. And for the love of all things holy, don't rape their woman. I said, yeah, that should be easy.
Yo,
like, be quite
the fact that I had that, fucking Americans, bro. Like,
the fact that they thought about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I agree. So with that being said, they, settle in. They all got to go to the temple for a ceremony where they pay respects to the recently passed leader, and I want to say it was Kim Il. I forgot which it was though. It
doesn't matter. It's fine.
It doesn't matter.
Let's not butcher the names. You know what I mean?
That's fair. So they pay respects to him or whatever. This is all a propaganda ceremony as well.
Of course, bro.
Like North Korea, and
they buy into the hype.
I don't know if this is offensive or not to say this, but it is fair and sane. But North Korea is the Donald Trump of countries.
Fam, like him, like crossing the DMZ to chat with homeboy, like that shit could have gone super left.
Oh yeah.
But even I don't even like thinking about this shit. I'm sure they knew how dumb he was. Like, I'm sure the dudes that like really like run the show over in the NK, like, man, this guy's stupid as fuck. It'll be fine. Still gross though, man. Fuck.
Exactly. So they do this whole propaganda event to be like, oh, this country's great, yada yada yada. Look at the Americans, even they think this country's awesome, blah blah blah, whatever. Yeah. So they're under surveillance 24/7 with only 3 political channels on TV. Everything is tapped from the room to the phone. And at this point, Nordy already fed up, which is a bit of foreshadowing for later in the episode.
Ooh.
All right. Now, at this point, Tuco Scorpio, he like, man, there was only 3 political channels in that joke, so you kind of lose your mind a little bit. Well, they find a pool table like out in the lobby somewhere.
Yeah.
And they had to convince the front desk to give them to authorize giving them the billiard balls to play with, and that took 2 to do, right? So they only play for a little bit. Nordy hits the cue ball. The bitch skips onto the marble floor, and the soldiers that were there get infuriated, and they crush the balls. No, like they stomp on them shits. All right, Nordy, Hawk, and Big Papa Pump, they want fades, but alas, they had to be held back because you will be murdered by these military people, and they
pop done.
Because they have been waiting for war for years now.
You know right, boy, it ain't nothing for me to pop you right now.
Here's the thing, right? The Korean War.
I don't know dick about that war, by the way. I don't know shit about it. Like,
long story
goddamn
short,
thing.
Along with Vietnam, it was one of the wars that we wanted to meddle in and got our asses whooped in and pulled out.
Oh, so some Vietnam shit.
Exactly.
Yikes.
So, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but that's to my understanding. So, yeah, Korea, like, we dare you to do some shit pretty much because we want that smoke. I mean, granted, they might have not have been ready for that smoke at that time, like in 95, but they're
the Devil's Den, bro. Like
they were ready. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if any Americans were to do any shit like that, like, you know, any disrespectful shit, they would have killed a motherfucker, and it would have probably started a war, and they would have been chopping at the bit
enthused about it.
Exactly.
Bro, niggas want like ASAP Rocky in that fucking European prison.
Yep. Exactly. So, with that being said, later that next morning, Eric Bischoff goes for a morning jog without even telling anybody, right?
How the fuck did he get out of his room?
I have no fucking clue. I think he slipped out for the run before his attaché got there. His attaché got there. Right? Because this is like 4:35 in the morning, right?
Sure.
So you man going on a jog and shit, and the residential area can't believe their eyes, my nigga. They are terrified, bro.
A white man, nigga.
I mean, it is a white man running, and that never means anything good. But at the fact that these people have never seen a white man up close before. So he gets back, and his attaché was tight. He said that he may or may not have gotten her killed. He was like, I was afraid.
No, bullshit.
He was like, I was afraid for her because if she wasn't there the next day, I think I would have gotten her killed. That would have been the story. So, moving along, Too Cold Scorpio didn't fuck with Ric Flair at the time.
I'm not surprised.
Well, yeah.
Come on, man.
However, the reason in particular is that he believed Flair got him fired once upon a time from WCW. And then he managed to get back to WCW. So he didn't really fuck with Flair like that.
Yeah.
However, you know, Too Cold Scorpio said that, like, you know, I don't think he'll ever admit to that shit, but, you know, the hatch is pretty much buried at this point. Like, it is what it is. Right? So they on a bus, right? Yeah. And Flair is looking for somebody to sit with. Like, he at the front of the bus, like, you know, looking at the seat, see if he can sit with somebody, right? Yeah. So Hawk's like, well, maybe looking for somebody to ride with or whatever. Maybe looking for me. So Too Cold Scorpio, he go, hey, fuck that pussy. Let him ride by himself. All right?
Good.
So Hawk said, I'm going to let you try that one more time. Meanwhile, TCS go, oh, you ain't hear me. I said, fuck that pussy. Let him ride by himself.
All what the smoke, you ain't nigga.
The fuck him or the pussy part? In which Hawk responds with, you fucking nigger. In which round one. Mind you, this is Too Cold Scorpio's account, though. So whether or not he said it, but
my shit crashed when you said that shit. Look, hold on. I want to get this shit. Hold on. I want to see the motherfucking. My phone's like, goddamn, nigga.
Bruh.
Come back to life, baby.
So, Mike, it's Too Cold Scorpio telling the story.
I believe that nigga.
Those words may or may not have been said.
I don't care.
We're going to take his word for it.
I remember it.
And which I started by saying, Hawk swing. You know what? Too Cold Scorpio story is cap, and we know it. Like,
I don't give a fuck.
Hey, it might not be. Who knows?
Nah, because
for me, it's canon for me.
Nah, he says Hawk swung on him, missed, and then this nigga just started duffing his ass from then on, right? Masa had to, Masa and, the rest of the Japanese crew, they had to break them up, in which they pulled Too Cold Scorpio back, and, like, it caused Too Cold Scorpio to, like, kind of fall back into the bus seat or whatever.
Oh, no.
And which Hawk starts swinging at him again. Now this nigga think he Ali and shit, talking about ducking and dodging every hit he threw and shit. Then he proceeds to gouge Hawk's eyeball. And pulls his eyeball halfway out of the socket. I said, "Come on, is this even possible for real?" Like,
okay, that's a bit much. That sounds a bit exaggerated.
Oh, you think that's too much? Then he rips off his shirt and cross kicks Hawk in the chest like Charlie Murphy did to Rick James.
In the bus? Shut up.
I said, this nigga lying, Your Honor. He goes, he landed a punch on me. I said, that's all he got. He in trouble. I said, Caparoo.
Hey. He had to defend himself. Hold on, wait a second.
Meanwhile,
oh, never mind.
They go to the interview.
Yeah.
Oh, or they go to Nordy interviewing. He's like, Hawk was taking Informin, which is pills for hepatitis C, and it gives you flu-like symptoms. If Hawk was normal, he would have, and as he said he would have, I said committed a hate crime in North Korea that didn't even involve in North Korea. That's for true.
Oh. I went to put on my brother's cap.
So
about cap so much.
So Nordy finally gets in touch with his old lady, right?
Yeah.
She think he been out partying.
Girl,
in North Korea.
Where?
If your girl only knew.
I said, amazing where a woman's logic goes when she thinks her man is out cheating, because I know she knows better. There's a war about it a good 30 years before that. You learned this in school, ma.
Yo, like, he wasn't really about being a dirty dog if she thought, like, like, the fact that, like, there's nothing known about NK, like, I mean, well, like, I'm like, he did go, like, as, like, a celebrity and such, and, like, who knows? They probably was like, oh, like, there's some groupies on him or something, whatever. Like, it's not too far-fetched, but, like, knowing what we know, it's like, nah, like they're practically in, like, in a moving jail.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah. So Nordy says to her, "You don't know what kind of shithole we're in." Quick. As soon as he said that, moments later, them boys were at his door like, "Let's go. You coming with us?"
Man.
So they take him away from everybody, sit him in the room with that act right in his face.
Oh, that's right. Oh, fuck. I saw that clip before my phone crashed. He had the grata-ta-ta, like, ready.
Oh, they had that act right to his face, right?
Boy.
So
when I pull the peace out, nigga say peace out.
Dude that speaks perfect English come in and just verbally digs in his shit about talking about North Korea like that.
Boy.
Like, no. Yeah. All right. Naughty Light is like that. And they were like, we are superior. We can get all the way negative. And Naughty Light, all right, I got it. I got the message.
It's cool. It's dude got smacked with a twisted T. You know what I'm saying? He's like,
I got it.
Man, I got it.
Loud and clear.
All right, cool, man.
So they go to another temple the next day, at which Ali jogs up the stairs and starts shadow boxing and signature
doing
shuffling.
Ali shit.
And they're putting this motherfucker Ali over in this part. I'm talking about hey, he looked like the Ali from the old days. I said, look at here.
Buddy.
Bro, it's 1995 at this time. Ali was diagnosed with Parkinson's a year before his appearance at WrestleMania 1.
Stop.
And we recall how he was looking then. You want me to believe? Okay.
Cut it out.
I said, you want me to believe? Okay. All right.
Cut it out.
All right. Move it the fuck
man
on.
dead. Stop it.
So there comes a point, right, where Too Cold Scorpio, goes up to Hulk like, hey, look, bro, we on a peace treaty trip. We're not supposed to be fighting amongst ourselves. We're Americans. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And Hulk took that personally. I'm too. He turned around, dust the shit out of Too Cold Scorpio. He jumps at him like, you fucking pussy, is that all you got? I'm gonna fucking kill you. So again, Masa and them had to break them up. Mm-hmm. Later that evening, they had to all go to a fancy dinner. And Too Cold Scorpio takes the silverware chopsticks from the dinner and takes them back to the hotel room with him, right? He gets back to the room, starts sharpening bitches up on the windowsill, right? Making prison
in that goddamn room.
Right? Now, Chris Benoit is his roommate. He like, what you doing? Too Cold like, oh, I got something for Hulk, bitch ass. Benoit, the voice of reason in the scenario. All right, he's like,
nigga,
yeah, that's for true. He like, man, don't do it. You do that, you're going to be here for the rest of your life. And I said,
no,
which may not be, judging by how they did my man Norty.
It will be
so Too Cold like, well, we got to sell this shit somehow at some point. And I said, that's for true. So finally, the day of the event comes along, or day one of the Super Show comes along, right? Because it was a 2-day event, right?
Yeah.
So they been, driven to the venue, and it's just like a large crowd of people following them. Norty saying to Flair, great, check it. We drawing big today. Drop said, nah, be like, they ring one off the side of our heads and we're not there. Norty said, oh shit. Like, oh shit. Well, Bischoff don't know this. Mm-hmm. And 189,000 attendance is larger than any WWE crowd ever.
Fuck.
And that's all that matters to Bischoff.
He getting them coins, okay?
Bischoff said, we getting this money till we die. Rich or die trying, bro.
That's right.
So, with that being said, though, North Korea could throw one hell of a ceremony. That's for true. That shit was big, bro.
They showed out.
It was a hell of a ceremony. So we get to the pay-per-view, which is a 2-day event, like I said. And, well, the crowd is quiet as fuck.
Oof.
Well, here's the thing, right?
So it's like the Japanese crowds, right? They're watching, right?
Well, one, no one knows what the fuck wrestling even is. And even if they do understand the concept, well, let me ask you this. Would you, a North Korean, root for an American and or Japanese person?
Oh, shit, no. I'm getting got.
Buddy, it's bad for your health if you weren't even in attendance. So,
what the the fuck?
Exactly. Now, meanwhile, during one of the matches, Hulk is cussing the crowd out. I said, man, he's out of control, bro.
Of course.
Female wrestlers were there, which may have been hard for the crowd to process. Their heads exploded off that.
Wait, were they NK wrestlers?
I don't think so. They didn't mention it.
What? Like, so where did the lady wrestlers come from? Japan?
I want to say so, yeah.
I would have loved to hear their fucking take on the shit.
1995 WCW didn't even have a women's division.
Yeah, where the fuck did they come from?
I lied. They did have a women's division. It was Trash and a young Mako Satomura. That's it, roughly. So the main event was Inoki versus Flair, which that sounds like a pretty fucking good match. Like, that's a bit of a bang. Because here's the thing: Inoki is a good wrestler, and Ric Flair is Ric fucking Flair.
Yup.
Well, Inoki is Japanese, right? However, he had a crowd following out in Korea. How? His trainer was a beloved Korean wrestler.
Oh.
What happened? You ask? He was a famous Korean wrestler that was a big deal out in Japan, and it got a little too hard to hide the fact that he was Korean.
Oh, shit.
In which he got caught slipping in Yakuza territory. And you know how that goes. Yep.
Wow, some goons got their hands on him, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Now a quick tidbit about Ricky Dozen, because that was yeah. He wasn't teaching, he wasn't training maneuvers. He was teaching toughness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So, Inoki being his pupil, it gave Inoki pull in Korea.
Okay.
So it was a big
some
deal.
Clout.
Exactly. There it is. He had clout.
Let's go.
Korea. Now, the crowd is going crazy halfway through this match.
Let's go.
And Flair is putting Inoki over like Rover by doing Flair things.
Uh-huh.
So after this show, miserable there from what he observed, it was like going to hell and being alive in hell.
Fuck.
Exactly. So after this show, all they gotta do is not do anything stupid for a few hours.
Well, fuck.
Well, they get away with it, luckily. However, before the last dinner there, Too Cold catches Hulk slipping in the elevator.
Of course.
Round 3.
Final round.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But Too Cold was like, so how you fat? Pretty much. They both get in the elevator, and like, you know how on the show they have like a little B-roll of like the shit that's going down, like they set the scene pretty much. Well, the B-roll shows motherfucking Too Cold reaching for the motherfucking chopsticks just in case Hulk try to sucker punch him again. I got a kick out of that one. So, Hulk like, look, man, basically he like I'm all out of woos and oh yes, dog. Like my nerves bad. You know, like I'm over this. So Tuco, like, I accept the apology, but you know, when we touch down Japan, if you still want that fade, we can always run that shit. Hawk like, true. And that beef ended in Korea, right?
All right.
Everyone were nervous wrecks until they got their passports back.
Okay.
And they get back to Japan. The moment they touched down, Flair the first one off the plane, wooing and kissing the tarmac in a $2,000 suit. He couldn't have been happier to be home, and he wasn't even home yet. So the aftermath and all, right? Here's how this all shook out. This was supposed to boost Antonio Inoki to win the election, right?
Sure.
He ended up losing that election. Yeah, womp. This was a pay-per-view in which nobody cared about because it was in fucking North Korea.
Right, Americans.
And then all of that, you know, looking at all this propaganda and shit, the rest of the world just thought North Korea were weirdos and were doing all this in the first place. And then, last but not least, Bischoff will forever hang over Vince's head that Vince will never draw 170 to 190,000 for the 8 years that Vince has left of his life. I had to throw that one in. I'm sorry. And you can't take that away from him ever.
Nah, fam. At least he was a fucking character in the game, so they usually have that too. Gentlemen.
And that was our review of Dark Side of the Ring, Collision in North Korea.
Gentlemen, it is it's getting awfully late, and I need to pee.
We're wrapping up, buddy.
Okay, because I'm hungry.
But we wrap it up, bro.
That being said, final thoughts.
Can you lead?
Final thought is take care of yourselves, take care of your mental, take care of your physical, spiritual. Just take care of yourselves. Get the vaccine as soon as you can. I need to schedule mine. I'm behind the 8 ball with y'all.
Bro, take your time. Ain't no fucking race. We're gonna be in this shit for the next 5 years. Tops. Take your time.
I get my second and on the 10th. So.
Amen. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's about that time. We've paid attention. We've observed. This shit isn't going to kill us. All right. Get the fucking vaccination.
Please, bro. For the sake of our people, man. Niggas, get the fucking shot.
Well, Tuskegee gets why motherfuckers don't trust it. So
rightfully so, but niggas get the shot. Kenny, go on.
And I was gonna say to both of you brothers in particular, continue to wish me luck and send me positive, motivated energy. I told Los this already. I didn't tell you this, Duck, but
what's up?
I'm gonna put my foot out in the water and I'm gonna try to go for psychology and some school stuff.
Let's go, baby.
So,
let's fucking go.
You know, yeah. Like I got me a whole book about psychology and how it works. It's like a big book with diagrams and stuff in it.
Let's fucking go, man.
Like,
it's interesting shit.
Okay.
It's important to know. I'm so happy for you, bro. It's great. I really hope like this impacts your life in a really positive way. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, like to my youngin who goes to like Howard right now, he's kind of like losing his mind because like he's so close to finishing. And I'm just like, baby boy, like you're gonna be in debt no matter what. I don't go fuck what your mama say. I don't go fuck what your daddy say. Yes, they're paying, but you have to take the classes. You may not graduate this year. Who the fuck cares? It's a goddamn pandemic. Nigga, you're studying film. The film industry ain't going anywhere. All the more time to like put your nose down, like put your head down and keep saying those goddamn books. Take as long as you need.
And now would be the right time to learn, like not only learn it, but figure out how to navigate through this time because things are about to start changing because of this pandemic as far as the film industry goes.
Yeah, and like here's Kenny getting into a field we need more niggas in. Like I was talking to my best friend from like when I was 2, and they have a Black lady psychologist, therapist, and I'm thinking I need that because like I love our people. I love our Black men. I don't know, and God knows I need a mentor. Even before my dad died, I needed a male mentor in my life. But like niggas be shifty, and it's so hard to find a Black man that's older than I am that I can actually trust with my secrets and like giving me good advice. Like all because like these snakes have like made it hard to like discern the real from the fake, and it fucking annoys me.
And
you know what I'm saying?
And that's one of the main reasons why I want to do it, because I'm like, bro, our people hurting bad, bro.
We need leaders, man.
I may not be well versed in a lot of things like politics and anything like that, but I am versed in wanting to help people.
Yeah, you give a fuck. That's all you need.
What's the best way to help people? And for me, the best way to help people is to get into psychology. Because I know I need it, and that's why I'm just thankful that my therapist is Black, a Black man. Nigga. So I'm like, yo.
No, and like low key, I'm like in a queer book club, and one of the people, Laura, she's a laugh therapist, and I'm just like, nigga, what? Like your job is to help people laugh and find. That is the great, and like
I want that job.
And she was just like, it's just like a thing. I'm like, dog, that's your job. That is
what
the coolest fucking shit I've ever goddamn heard. I never, because I knew like music therapy was the thing. That sounds fucking sick if you love that, but laugh therapy, nigga. Yes. Oh my fuck, I was gassing her up, nigga. I'm like, yo, because that's a path for you, man. You should look into that shit.
No doubt. However, my final thought is this. Given what's happened in our American history, and I know it's very hard for a certain set of people to A, acknowledge, and B, realize they were in the wrong for, it's time we start taking things for what it is and not trying to think too deep into it. And it goes back to what we discussed earlier tonight with these crowd members thinking they're entitled to do whatever the fuck they want to these players because they paid to get in, and that's and the crowd revenue is a part of player salary and shit like that. And listen, man, that is a slave owner's mentality. Like, I am entitled to do whatever I fucking want to you because I pay for you to entertain me. Nothing more, nothing less. So we should start taking things exactly as they are coming. And we know what dog whistles are. We know how dog whistles work. Mm-hmm. Y'all are not slick anymore.
Checkout time for that is right now. So
everybody
your things and head out with that.
We are at the point where everybody know better, and if you act like you don't know better, it's because you don't want to know better, because you think that the world, this country should be a certain way. And it absolutely the fuck should not be that way. And it sets us back to an era where we don't matter. And that's what you're trying to tell us. We need to keep it at that era where we don't matter. And at this point in this country, like we need as citizens of this country, we start getting our shit together and actually start rocking with each other. The reason why we don't rock with each other is because a certain set of people have done some grimy ass shit to the rest of us, and we have trouble trusting them. Bottom line. And if you don't understand that, if you don't understand why, it's because you choose not to understand why. Everyone uses the same Google.
Facts.
So, bring it on, Kenny.
Oh wait. Final thoughts.
Oh, actually, my bad.
So sorry. As always, drink more water. Fuck white supremacy. Black Lives Matter. Queer Lives Matter. Protect Asian lives. Free Palestine. And I also usually say, wear your mask over your mouth and nose. I also usually say listen to more heavy metal. And this one song that I love from this band called North Lane from Australia has this song called Rot. And in the back half, like we have lyrics like, we can't all hide in fear. A time of reckoning is near. We are all connected. A web of minds connected. Take purpose, take action, cause a reaction, entangle the spiders, make sense of this mess. A mind at large is a power they can't repress. Sick of living underhanded. This is our life. We command it. So it's like,
fuck yeah,
it's so good, right? That's just so it's such a good joint. Like if you listen to it, watch I'll put it in the chat because like the music video version, that shit is. Listen, man, I feel so strongly about really good music, and like when I heard this the first time, I was like, what the absolute fuck? Like that. This shit will get you so excited, bro. It's such a good song. But I digress. Like, it's so easy to like just give in to like the woe and the grief, and take the space for yourself to do so if that's what you need, but do not live there. Like there was this couple that I loved from Canada, Simon and Martina Stotsky. They lived in South Korea for a long time teaching English and then just like making YouTube videos full time. The wife, Martina, she had a very bad chronic illness. And one day she it got so bad to a point where she's like, yo, like I'm getting worse every year. I want to like go do things that like we really wanted to do but didn't allow ourselves to do because of the life we lived. Let's take a chance. They moved to Japan, kept live blogging for a long time until the coronavirus, and then they moved back to Canada to like be close to family, whatever. Martina lost her dad and shit like that. When they got there, they divorced, and amicably so. It appears. But Martina had like this like slogan for herself because she was dreadfully like ill. And she's like, when I'm in a hole, I build a ladder for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I build a rung every hour of every day to like, you know, get out of like that misery and pain that I feel. And if I like fall off my ladder, I'll just build another one until I get out of my hole. And so find those things that help you build the rungs to your ladder. You know what I'm saying? Like humanity is not a monolith, and humanity was not built to be isolated. Like being in our homes for all this time fucked you up, but like you're still here now. And so think about those things that got you through gets you through consistently, and like just like hone in on that, because it's like the cracks are showing in the world that we live in. So like you must like this, like you have to keep your head above, you got to keep your you have to pay attention, because like, and I remember when Mr. Rogers is like look for the helpers and such. We're the helpers now. You know what I'm saying? Like bro, we're about to be 30 years old soon. And so like
I am.
Oh, like I'm about to be 30 in a couple of years.
I'm there. We're here.
Well, I'm here. I'm right at the doorstep, buddy.
Right.
Till January, I'll be there.
Nigga, it's like
little Michael and the brothers. I'll be there.
Like, I remember the one time it was just me and Los on the show talking about some fucked up shit with Black Lives Matter, and Los is like, "So what now?" And it's like, the cool thing is, like, even if like you're angry or upset or any bad way you feel, like remember when Los was like, "Oh, like we always say in Google, the solutions are so readily at our fingertips." So if you want a way out that's like going to be good for you, you will find it. I promise you. And that's all I have to say about that.
I want to say one thing before we close it out, but I want to come back around to what you talk about, you know, saying that do the things that make yourself you again. And that's what I've been doing on my journey, like of like self-reflection of really finding out who I am again. Like I've been listening to so much rock music, like so much more.
Talk to me way more. Please
and
talk to me more.
I'm just like, yeah, and I'm
Please
like, and that's why I just said, I was like, I'm gonna talk to you because I need more, because I'm more like a classic rock, because I'm like an old soul, so I like to listen to like
things for you.
A lot of Quiet Storm. That's why I've been listening to Fleetwood Mac all day. I'm like, yo, and I was so ashamed of myself. I was like, how dare I not dig enough into Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac? I feel so upset with myself.
There's this nigga in Philadelphia right now who's scheduled to play a festival where Stevie's like headlining, and he's like, bro, I have to meet her. I will do anything that I can to meet Stevie. And I'm like, she really has a hold on niggas. Cause like Frank Ocean feels the same way about Stevie.
Yeah, and after like the last couple of days, I'm feeling the same way too. I'm like, bro, like this is speaking to my soul.
she got bars, nigga.
Stevie, Sade.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Who else? There's one more.
Janis Joplin, Dolly.
Yes.
Janet before that, yeah. Hell, Rihanna.
Man, she about to drop soon, nigga.
She about to
drop. They probably want to meet her for the wrong reason, but you get the point. Like,
nigga, let's go.
Erykah Badu. There it is. That's the one I was looking for.
Fat Belly Bella.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's another. Badu is a majestic one that like you would kill to meet her, and just
like
her security in herself and just knowing who she is and not caring one bit.
She built different.
Exactly.
Like standard bearer. I'm like, yeah, I need to be that comfortable with myself.
Experience tranquility.
Go ahead, take us home, Kenny.
With that being said, my name is Dagobah's very own Kenneth Whitaker, aka Hendrick Soul, the original owner of the Millennial Falcon. I've been flying this vessel very long time.
Hey, 425.
Hey, yo.
That Mr. Burns reference takes us a long way, buddy. Let me tell you.
Man, listen. AKA the last Black Jedi. There's always hope, even though it often comes in forms unseen. The key is to see it and know how to take advantage of
it. Ooh.
And that, my friends, is from Qui-Gon Jinn.
Oh God, why'd it have to be Liam Neeson, nigga? Wish a nigga would like Liam Neeson, yo.
I mean, it's bars though.
Oh fuck.
AKA Mr. Go Slick Vodka. What do you think? Becca's gonna be psyched that she brought a bottle of lube? Oh heaven! Thank you for bringing that lube for my pussy. I would never hit a hand in a gigantic 4-inch dick inside my pussy with a gigantic bottle of lube.
Oh.
High school girls, they're not dried up old ladies. They're good to go. It's
I will be right back. I promise. Hang on.
Hey, bro.
Hey, yo.
That shit never gets old. I swear.
Yeah, that is forever. So many quarters was in that. So many quarters was in that. Oh my goodness. AKA, as we await my friend's arrival, Lamar L. Jackson. Watch for the Blitz. Haven't you watched the film? Bray, he's a good one. It's Ramsey. Watch out for Jalen Ramsey.
I want Julio Jones.
Right. Don't you know the formations? Shotgun. Touchdown. Lamar Jackson, baby. Back is better than ever. AKA the very sexual. The very tight.
Very tight, yes.
Austin Powers Faja.
Wait. Is Faja?
Dad is Faja.
Ew.
quickly, stop me from myself. Thank you.
Nigga.
Yes, I'm peeling. Ah,
that's so disgusting. However, Duck,
Yes.
got your AKs?
Man, it's so fucked up because like I wrote a new one on the way home. I didn't write it fucking down. But it's been so long since I've done one. It's been so I have to I have to edit them real quick. I'm gonna delete one of them. I'm just gonna do the ones that I already have because they're pretty good.
Is it pretty good?
they're pretty good.
They're okay. They're fine. Okay. Yeah, because I'm gonna do mine. I'm gonna step the fuck out. Okay. Let me see. Let me minimize this. Okay, here we go. As always, hello, hi, good evening, good morrow. It's your boy, Chris Kennard, aka Chris Kennard, because you say my name twice, like the girl group from South Korea. And just like this song, you go digum 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 with the onomatopoeia. AKA prepare for trouble. Hate to burst your bubble. I am not single. Don't ask for a cuddle.
Hey! I love it.
That's Marsh! That's fucking...
You niggas don't know nothing about that.
That is so fetch.
Don DeMarco, Don DeMarco.
I'll make fetch happen.
AKA live on stage with the dilated pupils. So I'm sure you've heard the font known as Times New Nigga. So please welcome the finest font, AKA Times New Nigga.
Part two.
The
sequel.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
To a hood near you.
Live from the bodega.
AKA the high priest of the friend zone. Listen to me, my brothers. If you've seen a hot girl on Instagram and you see her PayPal, pay her rent. Amen. AKA the CEO of Naptone Records because my follicles stay sleepy.
That's right. You know the box.
Yeah, not
damn it.
Okay.
Now,
I got this one. This is a new one I'm very fond of. AKA King Kyle, because up on the mountain, I do what it do.
Let's go.
Oh, beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful.
Okay. And this is an old favorite. So, AKA the man who gets his lube delivered in first class packages, motherfucker. I am your CEO, Secretary of State.
Oh, hell yeah!
That is beautiful.
Bring it on home. I'm back and clean up, baby. Bring it on home. My name is Carlos Crawford, aka spending an entire year being the absolute fucking worst, accumulating and screwing Bret Hart over. It's Chin Music Charlie, aka Thick Flair, Carmella clutching Thick Flair, wilding and muff diving, lingerie, posturepedic beds, hot tubs, strobe lights, cameras, roll, action, you and me, baby, woo! AKA Snack Miller. The facts ain't nothing we should publicize. Throw the lightning bolts, my bitch got them thunder thighs. It's Young Zeus with it. Throw the blunt in a circle, playing duck, duck, goose with it. Too prolific. AKA I love that a lot, bro. AKA. Now at the mound, John Smokes. Bottom of the lineup, and he's one pitch and a roach clip away from a no-hitter and an all-smoker. He holds the hit. He flicks the butt. And a fastball at the bottom inside corner puts this game away. 99 miles per hour on the radar. Rips win.
The camera like a shotgun, Bob.
Kenny, you're too close to the mic. You're clipping.
Oh. It came out like a shotgun, Bob.
AKA the idiom savant. Did I really let the cat out of the bag at the top of the episode, or is that me agreeing with my dad, who's an undisputed theorist? You decide.
Yo.
Hey, yo. Okay.
Stops fucking up on me. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you. Come on, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, bring it home.
Let's do this.
AKA Haystack West. And here we are. So you got him?
Pretty sure.
You kill his cousin back in 84? Whose cousin? My cousin Chico. I never shot anyone that didn't deserve it. Yeah, you shot Theo Gonzalez. And I told you I'd shoot you too, and I would have had you shown up. I was there. You weren't. You skipped town and you know it. You take that back. Why does it matter? That was 20-some odd years ago. We're old and lucky. Well, that sounds like a foreshadow. Bite me? No. You're an old man. It's a bit late.
Uh-oh.
How to get in the middle of the bit? It's the rocket. Fuck it.
We don't look at you any different. You're still my hero.
Really?
God damn you all! Now calm down. Who the hell cares? He should have shot his ass back in 84. But he's dead now and you did it. You did it. Draw! Why? I said draw! No! Shit! Shit indeed. Well, at least you got into your book, mister. He's dead. Oh, don't you start with that. I'm not starting anything. I'm happy. I'm free. I can finally go back to writing westerns and not being in one. Yeah, he was a wild boy, huh? Certainly complicated, but I'm sorry I shot him. No, he did. In the back. After he mortally wounded Marshall Nieves, fair and square. Bingo. I like that ending better.
Wait, what?
Last of the gunslingers, more or less. Kenny, you're supposed to come in after
I'm
that.
sorry, it broke up.
You're doing so good for so long.
I'm sorry. I still gotta save my mind. Wait.
Why?
Just do your part, bro.
Wait. What about the glory in killing these legends?
Well, there's always folk that could shoot you in the back and rewrite history. Hey, where do I send the money? I was originally told as Sheriff Christian Ernest West, whatever you do, do not give the money to my older brother. Send it to the family of one Moose Whitaker Sr. I'm sure they wouldn't do anything stupid with it, like give it to their son or something. Yeah, sure.
Well done.
Yeah. It broke me up and messed me up, man. I was on a roll.
We'll be going back to bounties next week. Until then, like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube.
Ring that bell.
Yeah, do that. Hit that bell.
Please leave a comment. It helps the algorithm.
Make it one of your regular shows.
Please.
I like what you did.
Oh, wow. Nice. Well done. Well fucking done.
On behalf of Kenny and Ducky, I'm Carlos Crawford. We are off this.
We out.